I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I do. I just called to say I love all my Patreon subscribers and all those subscribers.
We don't have Patreon.
Yeah, because that's right, because we suck dick. And I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Pew.
The beauty is I'm going to cut that entire front section of that song off and I'm only going to do the chorus. Because I was literally falling asleep.
Fun fact.
Yes.
Never, ever, ever, ever ate dinner when I was a baby unless my mum put that song on.
No shit.
Really?
Yeah. That and Hello. Is
it me you're looking for? I can see it in your eyes.
I can see it in your smile.
You're all I've ever wanted.
Oh, I don't know where it goes after that.
And something like, tell me how to win your heart, 'cause I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying I love you,
yes.
Subscribers.
Those two songs.
That's 2 songs for your money, you fucks.
Look, you get one
Ingrates.
each. One each for each subscriber.
One
Yeah.
each for each subscriber and each listener of this bullshit podcast. This is Invert the Why episode, stardate log 12.1.5.9. And then yet again, can you fucking believe it? The USS Invert the Why is orbiting another class M planet of bullshit. And I'm joined by Jason Relaxation as always. But again, she came back because she's awesome. Sassy Suhini.
Thank you.
We did have to bribe her with fucking pancakes. And
They
all
were
sorts
good pancakes. They were great pancakes. For the listeners, it was strawberries, whipped cream, banana, and maple syrup.
Yeah, and one of my dangly things fell in it and it got sticky.
No, the exact words were, my dangly thing's in the maple syrup. It's sticky now. And Jason
we look at each other.
Relaxation and I are just looking at each other going,
What the fuck?
Who is this idiot?
Then he repeated himself.
I
and I'm
know.
like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I expected more from you. I expected your mind to be in the gutter.
That's where you went wrong.
I know.
My mind's always been in the gutter.
Yeah, you know no different now.
I know no different, and now I've got a platform that I can share it with everybody else.
The best.
Absolutely.
You've peaked.
I probably peaked too early.
Oh, yeah.
like Forrest Gump with the bathrobe. Oh, I think I ruined your roommate's bathrobe. Do you remember when he did that?
Forrest Gump. Okay, now that we're on that topic.
Let's talk. We've got a couple of things to talk about,
Yeah,
but let's go.
yeah.
Let's start with Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Yep.
Impromptu.
I don't care for it.
Ooh.
There's only one
controversial.
scene. Did you know? There's actually one scene that I like
I
in
got
that
shot
movie.
in the buttocks.
Well,
That
it's really.
Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan. Ice cream cone.
cone.
Then something came and bit me in the buttocks.
I don't care for that film.
So that
at
Vietnam
all.
scene,
Yeah.
that was the best scene in the movie. Everything else was kind of whatever.
Yeah.
Like because I remember the sound was really good in that movie.
I don't remember the sound being anything different or special.
No,
don't-
because from my memory, it was one of the first movies where you would see where the bullets. You could actually hear the bullets.
No,
passing from 3D.
I think you're confusing that with Saving Private Ryan. You fuck.
Am I?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, I think you
Because
are.
Saving Private
can't
Ryan,
remember.
I'll tell you why. Because
Same fuck.
no, because Forrest Gump didn't really have. It did have a couple of
Had a
battle
couple
scenes,
of. That's it.
but it wasn't really a big movie for those effects. I know why you're thinking. You're thinking Saving Private Ryan because we went to see that at the movies.
Oh.
I remember that. That's happened a few times. in my
Oh
life.
dear. Oh dear.
Who was One Stroke?
That was Spit Roast Steve. No, what happened?
Wait, how did you come up with the name Spit Roast Steve?
Because it seemed appropriate at the time.
I want to meet Spit Roast Steve just because.
I tell you what.
See, Lucky Lisa thought that was totally
Now,
appropriate.
can I? I'll make a little call here. Lucky Lisa and Sassy Suhini
Would get on really well.
Would get on like a house on fire. I'm telling you, it'd be fucking freaky.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
The only thing you probably wouldn't have in common is World of Warcraft.
Right.
She'd probably cut you off at that point.
Yeah,
but
fair
she
enough.
shares the same love of crazy cats as you do.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And she has the same musical taste as well.
Yeah.
And she smashes a dozer from time to time.
Oh, a
Right.
lady of my
Yeah,
own heart.
She does, and I.
Smashes a dozen.
She does.
Yeah.
She's the one that taught us
Yeah.
Smash a dozen.
I didn't know.
Smash a
I didn't
dozer.
know about it. And but then
Lisa, we need to meet.
Yep, we can
Yeah,
make it happen.
we can make it happen.
We've
Need
got
to meet.
we've got Awesomeo 3000.
where we can have the.
We've got your robot, Lisa.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's under hostage, so
Yeah.
you better come and save it.
So Saving Private Ryan is what you're thinking of, because that did have awesome sound
Yep,
for
my
the time.
My
Yeah.
bad.
Right?
But that was World War II.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, too.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. And that was with Tom Hanks in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're confused about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
because
he
this is
played the-
also Tom Hanks, but with a yokel accent,
No.
and just a movie that is so popular that I can't comprehend why. It's so boring. There's nothing exciting about it, and it's just 2 hours. And I apologize for anyone with the southern accent, but it's. Yeah,
I love
it's-
you, Jenny.
I love you, Jenny.
Because we like peas and carrots.
Can you, but it's like when David Beckham talks, right? Okay, and I'm going a little off topic here. Okay, he's a fine specimen of a man, and you think he's
He
really.
looks a bit rough. Have you seen him now?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He
fine.
does. He hasn't aged well, and
know.
he's covered in tats right up to his neck.
Yeah.
Basically, his
Somebody
face.
and he
Down the
looks like
cocaine.
jailbait. Fair enough, but he back in the day he was a mint man, and then when he opened his mouth, it was like, please stop
Shut up.
talking. You are ruining my dreams. Like this, you are just so hot, and then you open your mouth and you just it's awful, and I just felt that way. Not that I feel that way about Tom Hanks. I mean, Tom Hanks, neither here nor there. Neutral, not ugly, not handsome.
Is he Mr. Nobody? Because that's my fucking spot, and I won't have someone else take it.
He's not Mr. Nobody because he's quite.
Yeah, he is somebody. I mean, he's
He's
got
quite-
Oscars.
He's Mr. Somebody.
He's
Mr.
certainly got
Somebody.
more subscribers than we do.
Yeah, fair.
I'm sure he fucking
Yeah.
does.
And he seems like, a reasonable, nice person.
Mm-hmm.
Just that movie.
Shout out to Tom Hanks who doesn't subscribe.
Yeah. But
know,
if you want to
I'll
and
tweet him.
share, yeah.
We'll tweet him.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
At Tom
You know
Hanks.
what? Put that in the fucking search string and watch the little... Everyone be disappointed by it.
How many people that actively use social media would know who Tom Hanks is these days?
Lots.
Oh, lots.
You reckon?
Lots, yeah. He's still
yeah.
big. He's still big, man.
Has he made a movie recently? I haven't
He's making... It's one coming out now. I can't remember the name of it. Very, very, very soon it's getting released.
Really?
Yeah,
I
can't,
swear the
couldn't tell
last
you
big
that.
one he was in was like Da Vinci Code or something.
Oh god.
No, he did stuff after that.
Why would you make a movie about a horrible book?
I'll tell you what, he's an actor that needs a good movie to come out for him.
Yeah,
He's
he
on.
does.
He's on. You know how actors like bands.
Yeah. They have a renaissance.
Yeah, they have bad albums or they have bad movies.
Yeah.
and then he needs a big one to come out. And
Well,
sort of like-
let's put it. He's not doing it for the money. He doesn't
Yeah.
need the money.
It's like Matthew McConaughey.
what do you think of him? Is he dreamy?
No, actually, I don't. I'm not really. That doesn't get my goat.
Does it grind your gears?
It does. It does. And,
He has a southern accent though.
Yeah, and it's fucking annoying, isn't it? It's probably why. See, here's the thing. Well, like I was saying with David Beckham, right? You could have the hottest guy on earth walk up to you. It could be like Henry Cavill, right? The new Superman dude. Like, fine. Or Chris Hemsworth, for example. You turn up
Hasn't he
and
gone?
it'd be like,
Hasn't he gone, Cavill?
who? Oh, yeah, he has now.
They got rid. Well, he was let go, or he decided to go, but he's no longer Superman.
Yeah, I don't think he is. But either way, he was the hottest one. And if he turned up and started talking to me in a southern yokel accent, I'd be like, well, I'm sorry, there goes,
What if he came
there
up
goes
in-
my female erection.
What-
It has died.
What if he came up in a Bogan accent? Can I have a dozen?
Oh.
You fuck.
What if he offered you a dozen? I bet you'd be fucking all over it.
No.
Aw, you always stealing me fucking lighters.
Lighter thief.
Yeah, cock.
What a dick.
I was talking to you earlier on in the day. You've written shit on the pad. Yes, now.
Wow. Well, you've
Yes.
written more than we have in the last 3
Yes,
episodes.
you've written more than I've written. I've actually added to that little list too that you've been so diligently writing.
Yes.
This is fantastic.
I love it how we bought those pads right at the very start
And
of
we
the
don't fucking use
podcast
them.
and we
Yeah.
haven't used any of it.
There's 3 things I want to talk to you about before we get out of this bullshit podcast today.
Yeah.
You've written 2 of them down, and
Yeah.
the third thing is I want to talk about thoughts.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Unfinished business.
Unfinished business with the
Right, well,
thoughts.
let's talk about thoughts now.
Okay, let's do that.
Because I showed you the maid lady,
Yes, I did.
and you've taken a bit of a disliking to her.
Yeah.
Because she's not very good at cleaning.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, she sticks a broom in her bum. That's the problem.
Quite literally had a dust broom up her ass.
She did. She had a dust broom up her ass.
I have very strong opinions about this, and it's very conflicting for me, right? Because I don't agree with the term at all.
I don't like the term.
I don't
either.
like the term. I think
It's not
very
HR
degrading.
approved.
It's not HR approved. I don't agree with it, and I think everyone should have the right to do whatever it is that they want. And if you want to stick a broom up your butt, be my guest. If that's what tickles your fancy, go for it. It's fine. But you are ruining it for every other girl gamer out there.
Yes, you know what? That's the argument that I've heard, and I agree with it, is that the legitimate female gamers out... Because people forget... Now, correct me if I'm wrong too.
Yeah.
Twitch is the primary website or streaming service we're talking about here.
Yeah.
And Twitch was originally founded on the idea... It was called something else back in the day, and I can't remember what it was called.
Yeah.
It might have been Twitch TV or Twitch Gaming or something like that. But it was primarily a gaming site. Well, it streamed gaming content, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you were a Twitch streamer, you would be 9 times out of 10 streaming gaming content and doing let's plays.
Yeah.
Or, play alongs or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
And there was a mixture of male and female.
Yeah.
In that group, and they were both as equal in terms of skill.
Yeah.
Right? And some were better as females than the males, and males were better than the females.
But it was about the gaming.
It was about the gaming, right?
Yeah.
And then some point came along and it had this little section called just chatting.
Yeah.
Right, which makes me fucking laugh because I always go there and I will be guilty.
Yeah.
Right, that I go there because when I go to the just chatting section, what I see now is primarily women.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but it is that have got their tops off and painting their boobies.
Yeah.
Because it's art. They're doing body painting. Now
Yeah.
I will throw it out there that they're actually very talented because they're painting like an Iron Man suit or a Captain America suit on their boobies.
Yeah.
And it actually looks pretty cool. I couldn't do that on my man boobs.
Yeah, and look,
right?
that's fine. I think it's fucking talent, and I've seen the body art before.
It's
and
fucking good, man.
It is so cool. There was an Avatar one that was freaking amazing, right?
Yep.
Take it to some art channel.
Yes. Yeah, that's the problem.
Take it to an art channel, and if you want to show your tits to the world, be my guest. Go on Pornhub.
Yep.
That's what it's there for.
Yep.
Everyone goes there.
Yep.
They'll appreciate it, and you'll still get your donations.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. A lot
parking
of
it.
Park, as the corporate world says, go fuck yourself, corporate world. the male streamers
Yeah.
have come out in arms and said, look, there's a very detailed code of conduct that Twitch
Yeah.
gives all the streamers, particularly the partners, and says, this is what you have to do on the channel.
Yeah.
Right? And clearly a lot of these, and unfortunately it primarily is female streamers, not all of them, but this group that don't come anywhere near close to abiding by these
No,
guidelines, right?
Yeah.
And what's even funnier is that I don't know if you know this, but all the webcam girls, like the Chatterbait girls and the My Free Cams or whatever it is, all the ones I go to every night. So they're saying, you know what? We actually wear more clothes than you girls do on Twitch.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious. A lot of these cam girls, and they know what they're in it for, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? I respect them more because they're saying, you know what?
I know how to make my money.
This is what I'm here for.
Don't judge me. I'm 100%.
This is what I do.
Eyes wide open.
Yep.
And I'm going to make money out of taking my kid off and getting donations from guys like me. Whatever,
God bless
right?
them. Go nuts.
God bless them, right?
Yeah.
And that's your freedom of that's your right to do that.
Yeah.
But what they're saying is you're insulting us because you get on Twitch and you're wearing less clothing than I would wear when I first start my stream on a cam.
Yeah.
And I get my donations and I start taking my gear off. Right?
Yeah.
And but they're saying, but these Twitch girls act all holier than thou because they're like, well, no, I'm not a fucking porn star or a cam chick, webcam chick or whatever it is, because I'm actually I'm here on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it gives them a free pass. That's what they're saying. You know?
Exactly. And look, I think I remember. I mean, there's obviously been girl gamers for far longer than I've been gaming, but I remember when I was playing WoW for the first time, and you'd go on to like, what was it back then? I can't even remember what the voice chat thing was back then, but you go
Before
on.
Battle.net, because Battle.net has a...
This was pre-Battle.net.
Because Battle.net has voice chat now,
Yeah,
doesn't
nobody
it?
really...
Yeah.
I rarely use it. Unless I'm playing like Overwatch sometimes, then you'll use that. But most people mostly have Discord channels or...
Discord, okay.
But even that, pre-Discord, pre-Curse, pre-Twitch, pre-anything, there was something else, and you'd have to go onto these servers, and I would mute myself the whole time. I would just pretend that I was one of those silent people. Because the second you opened your mouth, it was like... it was, holy shit, you're a chick. Holy shit, you're Australian. Oh my God, you're acting like, and it would just go on. I'm literally just here to get this boss down and get my loot and fuck off. Possibly steal that loot off you and then leave.
Because that's what the convict in all Aussies wants to do.
Absolutely. You know. But and then it's a lot better now. Like it's
Well, you know
a lot
what?
better,
'Cause
but
my
that
theory-
makes it difficult. Yeah.
It does. My theory is that as time goes on, because I want to do a podcast with Super Simon and fucking Mussolini over here.
Yeah.
Right, which is gaming stigmas.
Yeah.
Because the stigma of my age group, because I'm a lot older than you,
Yeah.
right, is very different from your stigma in your age group, right?
Yeah.
So there are a lot more female gamers in your age group than there are in my age group. In fact, I think there'd be very few in my age group because whenever I talk to someone in my age, they look at you like you should have given that up years ago.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas in your age group, well, it's just the way
Actually,
it is.
in my age group, I think from pretty much anyone in the 80s, it's still heavily male dominated. So
It is,
I've only, so in terms of my group circle of friends within the nerd world, there's only one girl that I really game with.
Yeah.
But
And
you go a few years below me.
that's right.
And it's huge amount of girls.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is there's fucking none at my age, right?
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah.
And so as time goes on, there is a more equal balance.
Yeah.
Maybe it's actually gone the other way because some, I would say some games seem to, females gravitate more to other games than males do and males gravitate to other games. But roughly 50-50.
Yeah.
Is the breakdown of gamers these days in a very young age group. So I'm talking like, from 15 and up, right?
Yeah.
And then to your age group,
Yeah.
right? So maybe mid to late 20s, and then there's another bracket, and then there's less females, and it's more male dominated. But when you're I'm 44, right? So when you get to that age, I'm telling you now, fucking zero.
Yeah.
Right? I'd be amazed if there are. Maybe there is, but it's very, very rare.
Yeah.
And so I guess it's got to the point now where there's a lot more streamers of both genders out there, and they're both doing the right thing. They're streaming content, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But a lot of these people are coming out. I remember I was watching one YouTube channel, and this guy says, I'm going to see how long it takes me to get banned from Twitch.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to do what the females do, right? And he said, I'm going to fucking get on Twitch, and I'm going to paint my chest.
Yeah.
With body paint.
You know what?
You know what?
This brings,
he got a fucking lifetime ban.
This is so annoying, okay? And I say this in TV shows as well, right? And movies. If chicks want to do that, great. Go for it. That's fine. Okay? But where's my fun as a chick? I would appreciate if a guy got on there
Yeah.
and did body paint. I'd be like, all right, fine, I'll check it out.
Yep.
Same in movies, right? Game of Thrones. 50 Shades of Grey. Piece of absolute shit, FYI.
I've not seen it because I know it'd be
It's so bad. It's so bad. My best friend forced me to go and watch it with her.
50 Shades of Rape?
Oh, God, it's the worst on so many levels. And then when I walked out of it, I'm like, I'm going to make you watch the freaking extended version of every single Lord of the Rings with me to make up for that shit that I just watched with you. But aside from that, this is a movie that's entirely focused on, the female perspective, right? I'm going in there going, right, there's got to be some male junk that I'm going to see now, right? I'm ready. This is the first movie it's going to be like that. I see a split second of what I'm there to see, and the rest is all tits and vagina. I'm like, I don't care for this. This is not what this movie is about.
Yeah.
Similarly on Twitch, okay, fine, it should be on a different platform, but can you even Steven things up a little bit and
Well,
if you're going to let the females do it, fine.
Yep.
Let the men do it.
But you know what the theory is on all of this is that the females are bringing in millions of dollars.
They're bringing in the money.
And so they're making the owner. The owner, by the way, is a bloke.
Yeah, of course he is.
And he's a bit of a weirdo from all reports.
Guarantee knows all the
And
good
so
streams.
they're very reluctant to say to these Twitch streamers, like the maid lady.
Yeah.
You might have heard this. I've told this a few times on the channel.
Yeah.
This is no bullshit. She was reportedly making $70,000 a month. Right? Now, guys are stupid too.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The reason why she's making 70 grand a month and she's a multimillionaire is because of guys like me.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens is she preys on the young horny guys and the old lonely guys, right? And that's the truth, right? But she's rubbing it in the face of everyone because she puts on her, I don't know how they do it. You'd probably know how to do it, but they put on the top of the screen the donations, and she's got one category called Sugar Daddy, and that's the guy that's donated the most over the time of her streaming.
Yeah.
And one night I happened to get on Twitch just to see what she was up to, because I'll be honest, man, I like to put my hand down my pants and watch her. I'll be fucking honest, right? And she's got a category, Sugar Daddy, and one bloke's donated $500. Now I thought in my sick little head, you've got a fucking problem if you've donated $500 to
Why
her.
wouldn't you just go get the real thing if that's what you...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? A lot of people say that. They go, you know what? If you've got $500, why don't you just go and get? Why don't you just go
get a high class hooker?
No, go do that, or even better, she's no different from a stripper. Why don't you go to a strip club and actually see something in the flesh?
Yeah.
Right. And you spent less. Right?
Yeah.
But people are doing it and they're enabling it. And that's why these streamers are making a fortune, right? But now the double standard, my issue with Hollywood and with streaming and all this bullshit is the double standards, right?
Yeah.
You're right. If you've got a movie where they're showing tits and vag, well, they should be able to show junk too.
Yeah.
Not that I want to see it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel very inadequate because I point Bixby Vision at mine and it says it's a cyst. And I can't get over it. And I'm going to go home tonight and see if it fucking changes its mind.
If anyone else's ears are bleeding...
No, I've told everyone.
Mine.
Now, what I'm saying is that it should be equal.
Yeah.
But what I hate that's happening is that I guess it's swings and roundabouts. It's what goes around comes around. So I guess it's some of our own medicine.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of men are being portrayed as fucking stupid and inadequate and not being able to cut the mustard, whereas women are being portrayed as strong. I'll give you an example, because when Super Simon was here, we were talking about it, the latest Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
So I have no issue
with
4 females playing the Ghostbusters. I've got no issue with it. Couldn't care less, right? But when Chris Hemsworth turned up in that role that he played, they made him look like a fucking idiot. Now I'll put money on it. I'll get a sportsman's bet on this with you. That if that had been a female portrayed as that fucking ditzy and stupid, there'd be a group of people out there going, "That's wrong. We want that changed. We're going to boycott." There'd be fucking hell to pay.
But isn't it the point that that's how long women have been portrayed for, and this is the parody of it, and how stupid it is?
Yeah, it is. But what I'm saying is, if you want equality, you can't do that shit. You got to move on. And I agree that women were treated very badly in the past in all walks of life. They really were. Like if you go talk to my mum, who's nearly 70, the idea of her having a career and any kind of aspirational things outside of the home were fucking nil, right? Her role in life, and look, that there's nothing wrong with it either, because women can choose to do this.
Yeah.
She chose to raise us fucking idiots, and that didn't really work out well for her because we've got this bullshit podcast and she's disappointed with us. You know what I mean? I never amounted to anything in my life. But what I'm saying is now the roles are reversed, right? Too much the other way, where it's like, okay, well, yeah, we were treated as second-class citizens, and you fucking were. 100% females were.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can then portray men as being second-class citizens in this current environment. You have to make it equal. I think you have to make it equal. But I see way too many double standards. And if you go to Twitch, that's fucking bullshit now. Because if a guy does that, right, and I know you're right, because I've heard it too. There are a lot of females that go, well, I wouldn't mind seeing a buff guy paint his chest, right? Not me. Fucking hairy, fat, bald bloke going, "Hey, ladies."
Lift it up, paint underneath.
Yeah, paint, and I found the remote control. You know what I mean? And, and with a slice of pizza. Actually, I'll tell you a fucking story.
Segue.
Is a segue.
Yep.
when I went to Amsterdam, backpacking with Pedro,
Okay.
we went to the red light district.
Of course you did.
And you know the red light district?
Yes.
Right, and they got the windows.
Yes.
Well, fucking there was a lady in there, because they cater for all sorts.
Oh, yeah.
They got the fucking hot chicks, they got the average chicks, the girl next door chicks, and they got the ugly chicks, and they got the fat chicks. Well, let me tell you a fucking story. There was a chick, she was obese, and she was sitting in a chair like Jabba the Hutt eating a slice of pizza. Eating a slice of pizza saying, come here, boys, come get it. With a fat dribbling down her fucking multiple chins. Didn't do it for me. I'm just fucking saying. I'll put it out there for her. It didn't do anything for me. But that's the problem, right?
Right.
The problem is, I think you can't have any sex do that type of content on Twitch. Because I
think
said
it just needs to be removed completely.
yeah, but as I said to Jason Relaxation, let's use my nephew as an example. He's 10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want him getting on Twitch.
No way.
Right, whereas there was a time when I would say, you know what, fucking go for it. If you want to see how a game looks like before you go out and buy it with your birthday money, go for it.
Yeah.
But now I'd be like, you know what, fuck, I'd hope you don't go to that chat section or whatever it is,
Yep.
like I'm just chatting section, because who knows what you'll see, you
Yep.
know. And it's really become my Fisher-Price's first porn. It really has, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Don't you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think it's just completely lost, like Twitch has lost the meaning of what it's supposed to be, you know, and it's become this whole thing of, I mean, I get it that there's going to be some form of, well, not that I get it. It's almost in every industry, there's a form of sexualization, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. But this is just, it's too far. It's
But
too
see,
much.
I would argue the other way too.
Yeah.
Right, I could be a pricky and I'm happy to be shot down in
Yeah.
flames, please,
Yeah.
right? If I was a feminist and I'd look at the maid lady, I'd go, fuck it, that's bullshit. Because you're making yourself an object and you got these guys leering at you. Don't you feel like you're unraveling all the work that we've done?
No. That's not how it works. Because it's not about, it's the idea you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want to do, right? But you got to do it in context of where you are and what you're doing. So if you want to take off your clothes and you want to make money from that, that's okay. The whole concept of feminism is that you can make the choice of what it is that you want to do. That's the whole idea of pro-choice and your body and all that sort of stuff, right? But there is always a boundary and a limit to that. Like you can't go on what is predominantly supposed to be about gaming skill.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
That's what
it was
Yeah.
about gaming skill and go, I'm going to hijack this
Yep.
and then take off all my clothes.
Yep.
And in essence, what you're doing is
'Cause
is preying
Yep.
on, as you said, the horny young guys,
Yep.
the lonely old guys, and then making money off it. And then you're completely disenfranchising the people that are actually there to do what Twitch is about.
You know, there's something up because I saw this one chick. It's a cracker. I think she's Korean, and she's got very big boobs, and she just stands there and jiggles. I'm not kidding. This is Twitch, and it's something's up.
Yeah.
When even the men, who can be pigs,
Yeah.
and I am one of them supposedly, even though Bixby Vision might say I'm not, right? The guys are on there going, oh, this is really great content. So even some of the guys now are saying, well, this is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
You know, like, unless you're going to take all your clothes off, fuck it, I'll go, you know, they will go to Chatterbait. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, that's what guys want to see. But some guys can't help themselves because they prey on it, these chicks. Like the fucking maid lady, she's got a Patreon, and it's a cracker. Her Patreon is, just out of interest, it just says, oh, look, I can't remember the tier system she's got.
Yeah.
But the first tier is, I'll send you naughty pictures. The second tier is, I'll send you naked pictures. And the top tier is, I'll send you naked pictures and I'll talk to you. And when she talks to you, she goes, you're cute. So she pretends that she likes you. But these are for the real down and out guys, in my opinion. You'd have to be down and out to do that. If I ever did that,
look,
fucking put a bullet in my head and say, look, he had a good life.
He had a good run.
Old Yeller, put him out the back
Yeah.
and shoot him.
Yeah.
Old Yeller, the fuck.
But,
You know?
I mean, again, if you want to go on Pornhub or something and do that,
go nuts.
go nuts.
But that's porn. But that's what
exactly.
it is.
It is porn.
Yeah.
It's not, and I hate how people sort of, pussyfoot around this, pun intended.
That's a good one.
And try and make it something that it's not. Like, Twitch is about gaming.
That's right.
You know,
But
and if
would
you
you-
don't know how to fucking game,
Yep.
then don't be on
You
there.
have no business
So
being
I
there.
feel sorry for I feel sorry for both the men and the women.
Yeah.
Particularly the women.
Yeah.
That are legit 100% gamers and they're fucking good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I'll use a couple of examples. Some of my favourite Twitch streamers are like, there's a guy called Man vs. Game. This guy fucking shreds games like Dark Souls and makes them look easy.
Yeah.
That's how good he is. There's another game that's quite funny, streamer, he's quite funny. He's an Australian bloke. He's called Excessive Profanity. And he drops the C word like candy.
Oh,
and he'll see an
amazing.
enemy and goes, what's this fucking doing? You're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I know. Too late.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you got these other female streamers and they're legit and they're not wearing anything provocative.
No.
They're dressed normally, right? So they're meeting the standards that Twitch supposedly has.
Yeah.
And you know what they're playing? Fucking legit games. And they're good.
Yeah.
Right? They're really good. And I want to see them not because of them. Right, they might be very some of them are very attractive, but what I'm saying is I want to see their skills while they're playing the game, and I don't give a shit what gender they are.
Yeah.
But these other ones that are getting away with all this issue, or these I hate the word, but let's say it anyway.
Yeah.
They're giving the female gaming streamers a bad name.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I've got one particularly good friend who I've been gaming with since I started WoW, right? And she's a much better player than me. She's a very, very good player. She would trounce me in anything. And even with my skill range, I'm not terrible, but I'm not like elite by any means. But her skill level is fantastic, and it applies to several different games. And then one of our other friends, whose girlfriend streams a lot of WoW content, she's very good at her class. And I think in terms of the Discord channels, because they've got like conversations about how to be better at your class and everything. And she's one of the moderators on there, and she's very, very good. She's got a following on Twitch. I think it's YesLikeAGirl, just for anyone that wants to follow that.
Yep.
We'll plug all the ones you want to plug.
Yeah, we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Plug,
And
we'll put it on the link.
Yeah,
on the channel.
absolutely. And my friend, her name's Kitty. Her game name's Kitty, and she was just saying that, like, I remember she would put her streaming content on, and it would just be her, streaming away, and after like she's come home from work or whatever, and you could learn so much from her gaming style, or the other girl who does a lot of moderating and stuff. Like her stream is fantastic because she does a lot of what they call theory crafting, like how you actually play the game, etc. And they will never get the fan base that they deserve. They will never get the fan base.
And that's wrong, isn't it?
It's so wrong.
Yeah.
Because the time and the effort that they put into the research that they do for gaming, and yes, that's a whole nother level of nerddom, and I know you can tear shreds into that, but credit where credit's due. If you're passionate about something and you put all this time and effort into researching for other people who then benefit from that, and they get no credit, no fan base. I'm not saying that they need to be exceedingly popular, like with millions, but they would get a lot more traction if Twitch was what it's supposed to be.
And you know what? There's the root evil in Twitch is at the top level, from what I understand. And I've only done a little bit of research on it because I find it a little bit intriguing as to how, when I get on there as a layman, and I predominantly go on there to see what a game's like before I buy it these days, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to buy that game, but I'll just see what it's like, and I'll go to someone I know can play really well, and I'll go, you know what, that looks okay, I'll buy it, or no, that's not for me, I won't buy it.
Yeah.
But it must shit those sort of people that go, you know what, I'm fucking working my ass off here, and I'm playing this game, and I enjoy it, but I know such and such, she's just earned fucking ridiculous amounts tonight.
Yeah.
And have you seen the videos on YouTube, I don't know if you have, of the ones that have been caught out? Like there was one, we'll say it again, there was a thought, she got caught out 100% decimated. She got decimated over this. She left the cam on and didn't realise it was on, and she was still streaming. And the boyfriend comes home and goes, oh, what have you been doing? She goes, oh, I've done nothing all day and I've made so much money. I've done nothing but just sit in front of the computer, and I've just made sure my boobs were out a little bit. She was caught on fucking camera saying that.
Oh my God.
Right?
Yeah.
She got caught, and she's one of many. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
But you can 100% Google or YouTube it in the search string and look at all the ones that have been caught out for saying, this is easy money. I don't do anything. It's just easy money. I just sit. One was fucking eating a bowl of cereal.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
She was eating a bowl of cereal, no bullshit, and she just had her boobs out a little bit, And she was like leaning into the camera, and she was making fucking more money than most of these streamers have ever made.
I know.
In a month of Sundays. It's bullshit, you know.
It's completely
So if I was a
unfair.
streamer,
Yeah.
because we talked about it, me and him,
Yeah.
right? Fucking Mussolini over here.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked about maybe one day, if we had the time,
Yeah.
having more products for the business and doing streaming,
Yeah.
right? And I'd do it for fun because I
Yeah.
said to him, "There's no way you're going to make money on it because you can't compete
Yeah.
with the ones that do." So the other one that you know how they sneak into it,
Yeah.
ASMR. Have you heard about that one?
No.
Oh, okay. So quick, I can never remember what it stands for.
Okay.
But ASMR is a cracker because this is where they get on there.
Mm.
What are you fucking looking up?
Yeah, so just this conversation about Twitch just reminded me of kind of the origins of where this may have actually come from.
Okay.
So there's a fad, or there was, I don't know if it's still a thing. My mate Jun could certainly correct me.
Eating on. They still do it on Twitch.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
other one.
yeah, exactly.
They still do it.
Eating
But
on
I haven't
cam.
got a I haven't got a
No,
problem with it.
but eating on cam deliberately. So in Korea, there's actually a fad that started where people would literally just eat this traditional dish. That's a Korean.
They still do it.
That's all there is.
But
That's the channel.
Yeah, but they still do that.
Yeah.
They,
What kick do you get out of that?
you know what they do? They take a camera.
Yeah.
Look up what ASMR stands for while we're talking.
Yeah.
Because I can never remember the name of it. But they take a camera out into the restaurant and they fucking just there talking amongst themselves, their friends.
Yeah.
Like you and I could go out and grab a coffee now and we'll
Yeah.
put a camera there.
Yeah.
And we just talk about shit.
Yeah.
And that's a stream.
Here you go. So mukbang is Korean, is a live audio, online audio-visual
Yeah, but I
broadcast.
haven't
If a
got a
host eats a large amount of food. So it's basically that trend of
Yeah.
watching somebody else do something.
But I haven't got a problem with that. You know why I haven't got a problem with that? Because they're not actually...
No, they're doing what they're...
But they're still within the guidelines.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
So
and also, it's a channel specifically
that's
for
right.
that.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's called Just Chatting or whatever. It comes under Just Chatting.
Oh my God.
That's it.
This thing is weird.
That's what I'm talking about. ASMR.
Autonomous sensory.
Meridian response. What a
Now,
load
so
of
what
shit.
we're talking about, the one okay, so the maid lady,
Yeah.
she does that. And her idea of gaming when she's not doing ASMR is to do Dance Dance Revolution. Now, I'll let your imagine run wild with that one because what she does is she wears a bikini while she does it. And I know what else she fucking does. She plays Twister wearing a bikini. I'll let your imagination run wild with that one too. So that's how they get out of it. Now, if you want to do a little bit of fun or a little bit of an experiment when you go home and tell your friend,
Yeah.
who will plug at the end of this bullshit podcast,
Yeah.
under just talking or just chatting, you'll see all this ASMR stuff, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they get around it because they say, well, we've got to do something. We've got to do some kind of content.
Yeah.
So they wear fuck all while they do it. And you know what? As far as I'm aware, and I'm happy to be corrected if I'm wrong, you don't need a fucking certificate to do ASMR.
No, you don't.
You know what you
just-
do?
Yeah.
You get a paintbrush and you brush the fucking microphone.
Dano, do you know what the pro tip is there that you don't need a certificate?
What?
The fact that it's got the word meridian
Yeah.
response in there is probably saying
Well,
it's
meridian
bullshit.
response is a thing. It is in Chinese medicine. It is.
I know that.
Right, but what I'm saying, it is.
I'm calling shenanigans.
Look, to be fair too.
Yeah.
To be fair and to be balanced,
Yeah.
there are male streamers doing ASMR as well. But I'll put my fucking money on it that they don't get anywhere near the love and attention that the female ones do.
I just wanna-
So you know what?
Yeah.
So I'll call myself out here because men are the problem.
Yeah.
It's men,
Yeah.
right?
Because
Guys, young guys,
you're perpetuating.
because we perpetuate it,
Yeah.
right? Because we go home and we go, "Fuck, she's hot," and
Yeah.
you sit there, and before you know it, your hands are down your pants. That may or may not have happened,
Oh God.
right? So the point is that we are the problem,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But really, the temptation, in my humblest of opinions, shouldn't be there in the first place.
Well, no,
right?
it should be
'Cause
in the place where it's appropriate
yes,
to be.
That's
okay?
right.
It's-
Especially if Twitch didn't have guidelines or they had guidelines that said, you know what, it's a free-for-all fucking market here, guys.
Yeah,
That's different.
that's different.
But they don't. They've got
Yeah.
and I'm sure, I'd really like to talk to your streamer friend because I'm sure she's been given a list of shit she can and cannot do,
Mm.
right? And if she breaks it and she's playing a game, say she plays one of her games in a bikini, I get she's fucked. I'm telling you now she would be.
Yeah.
Because she's not bringing in the money that these other ones are bringing in
Yeah.
because they are. Whether they're fake or not, they're attractive
Yeah.
people, and they're playing Twister and they're being very suggestive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so this is where it's a vicious circle, this bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the root cause of it is that the organisation itself won't come in and say, listen here, you can't be doing that. And you know why they won't? Because they're fucking going to lose a bucket load of money on it.
Exactly. And then it comes back down to the ethics of it anyway. I mean, no one's going to go onto Pornhub and go, I'm sorry, you're taking off a little bit too much
That's
of your
right.
clothing.
And you know what?
You're being a little bit too
And
grotesque.
So going back to my original point,
Yeah.
the webcam chicks, like the Chatterbait chicks
Yeah.
and the Pornhub chicks, but mainly Chatterbait,
Yeah.
right? They came out and said, we fucking hate you, you thots. You know
Yeah.
why? Because we tell people what we are.
Yeah.
We're webcam
You
girls,
don't.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We're in it for the obvious thing, right?
Yeah.
And we don't have any problem with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you know
And
what-
good on them.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck it.
Yeah.
They're not hurting anyone.
Exactly.
Fuck it, right? Let them do what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
You know what?
Because the world's always going to have
Yeah.
some kind of porn in it,
Yeah.
especially with the internet.
Yeah.
But they're being honest.
Yeah.
And that's what they're saying. We're being honest. You're not.
Exactly.
And actually, not only that, we wear more clothing on our fucking cam channel that is a porn channel
Yeah.
than you do on a fucking supposed gaming streaming channel.
And the other thing is, they're not ruining it for anybody else in the sense, you know, these girls are on Twitch, and the great point that you brought up before was like, okay, younger kids going on
That's right. You wouldn't let
Twitch.
you-
Like,
no.
I would never let my kids
No,
go
you
on
wouldn't do it.
Twitch.
No.
I would never, ever let them do that. And that's sad because Twitch has so much potential to be fun in a gaming capacity.
It used to be, though.
It used to be.
It used to be. I mean, I came late to the scene on it because I'm a peasant console gamer.
Yes, you are.
But I do have fucking taste, right?
Questionable.
Well, you know what? Next time you come back on,
Yeah.
we'll have a debate,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And I'll admit straight away before we have the debate that PC gaming is superior.
Right.
But I'll give you my reasons why I prefer console gaming.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're on.
Are you come
yeah,
back?
Yeah. Okay.
You'll
Yep.
let our bullshit waffles and pancakes?
Sounds like a topic.
Done.
Yeah,
Right.
done.
That's a topic.
Yep.
But I'll admit straight up.
Yeah.
But before I even start the debate,
Yep.
PC gaming is better.
Yeah.
Right. I know it is.
Okay.
But I'll give you why I game on console.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. I'm keen to hear that.
All right.
Because
That's for another
I'll be
time.
honest. Since you've been honest up front, I'll be honest. Majority of the reasons of my hate for console is that I'm fucking stupid at console. So the flow-on effects of that rage is the reasons why.
Another time.
But we'll still have a debate.
We'll have a debate.
Yeah.
Another time, I'll bring you up to the nightmare that is this place, and we'll go down Abduction Drive.
Yeah.
And we'll find a couple of couches to burn. Right? You can call
Yes.
your husband ahead of time and go, look,
Fair enough.
I'm scared. I don't know where the fuck I am.
Yeah.
But we'll do it another time because
Yeah.
that is a good topic.
Yeah.
But straight up, PC gaming is superior. Definitely is. But I
Fucking
have my reasons why I prefer
Right.
consoles. Right?
Right.
And I think it might change in the future as well.
Okay.
That's another debate. But going back to Twitch, I was late to Twitch because they didn't have an app.
Yeah.
On the well, at least on the PS4
Yeah.
until very late. The Xbox One did.
Yeah.
And I liked watching the streamers I was telling you about
Yeah.
before, particularly guys like Man vs. Game, because he's quite charismatic and
Yeah.
he's quite funny.
Yeah.
And so's obsessive profanity, because I like how he calls everybody an enemy of.
Yeah.
No, sorry, I'll have to do that. Like he'll say. He's playing Sekiro right now, and he
God.
goes, "We'll have to come up." He goes, "Fuck, got to sneak up and try and get this." You like this, like,
Mate, I can see why he says
Yeah.
that
So I
game
like
is
watching that, but
fucking
this
horrible.
guy, but these guys are relying on a couple of skills here. They're
Yeah.
relying on their charisma,
Yeah.
and they're relying on their skill playing the game.
Yeah.
Because these aren't easy games that they choose to play,
Yeah.
right? And so they're already, in my humblest of opinion, they're doing way more than any ASMR type. I hate saying the word, but I'm going to thought.
Yeah.
Then period.
Yeah.
Right, because all they're doing is they're rubbing a microphone
Yeah.
and they're wearing nothing.
Yeah. There's no skill level
There's no,
involved.
and your female streamer friend,
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if she was here, because I'd
Yeah.
say, well, am I wrong? Please tell me if I'm wrong, because I'm sure when you play WoW or whatever it is you choose to stream, you're using your skill
Yeah.
and some form of charisma. Otherwise, no one's going to watch you anyway, so
Yeah.
you're immediately fucked.
Yeah.
If you're a female streamer or a male streamer, doesn't matter which gender,
Yeah.
you're kind of at a disadvantage now, because if your intention is just to stream a game,
It's like how
how do
is
I
that?
win? How do I win people over? Because all I'm gonna do is do what I'm supposed to be doing, which is streaming a game.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show any skin. I'm not got no intention of it, and I'm not going to say, "Ray, come in and subscribe," or "You're cute." He's not going to. None of that shit's going to happen.
That
You know
is
what I
so
mean?
creepy.
It is, hey.
And it's so-
Well, she pats the microphone and she goes, rate, comment, and subscribe.
That sounds way creepier through the
Yeah.
headphones. Just saying.
Oh, no. Yeah, actually, this is, again, segueing a little bit here.
Because we've still got a few things on your notepad,
Yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
getting
yeah.
close to the bus
Yeah.
for a piss.
Oh,
How much have we done of this bullshit?
46 minutes.
All right.
all right.
We want to wrap it up because it's getting dark and Sassy Suhini's scared. She's got to get back home.
Have you guys heard that thing where people eat really loudly into the
Yeah,
microphone?
that's another thing.
And there's
Okay,
a
so-
chick that eats these pickles. Mind you, she's not on Twitch or anything, but
Well,
she's just
there-
fully
just-
clothed eating pickles
there
really
has-
loudly.
See, I can't handle that because I'm the sort of guy that sits on the train and hears people chewing, and I want to
can't
get up
do it.
and
Yeah.
I want to stab
Well,
them.
let me tell you something. You know there were channels on Twitch that did that. There were also
There probably is.
There were
Yeah.
also channels on Twitch where they would lay stuff on the floor like
Lego.
chips or something like that and
Oh,
walk over and make a noise.
Fuck off.
So you know what's the bubble wrap? The bubble wrap.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They'd walk on that. That was a channel. And guess what? Twitch said no more to that bullshit.
Yeah, but
yeah,
there's
well
still,
then why not?
there's-
Yeah.
And that's where the outcry started because people are saying, well, hang on, if you've banned that, which
Yeah.
is weird anyway,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Fair
fair
enough.
enough for banning it.
Yeah.
Why won't you pull up these other girls?
because
Yeah.
it
And
makes them more
look, and
money
I
than
hate
everything
saying
else.
it,
Yep.
99.9% of the offenders are female.
Yeah.
I'm sorry they are, right?
Yeah.
But also, too, as I said, the enablers are men.
Yeah.
They're males. We're the enablers.
Look,
right?
it's like a perfect storm. You've got attractive ladies who have figured out a way to
They're
sort
very
of rig the
smart.
system.
Yeah.
They're very smart.
Right? They've got a captive market of nerdy people that are probably quite lonely like yourself. So it's very
Why so
accessible.
lonely?
It's very it's
One is
very
the
accessible.
loneliest number.
Yeah, it's a very easy system to get set
Yeah,
up in.
exactly.
Well, you
Doesn't
know
take a
what?
lot.
There's one guy on YouTube. He's a cracker, right? He's a very cynical bloke.
Yeah.
It reminds me of myself a little bit.
Yeah.
And he says, he was saying on his channel that he had a female friend that was coming to him saying, I can't make any money on Twitch.
Yeah.
And he said, well, you're not trying hard enough, baby, because if you're a female, you should be making millions. If you apply yourself and you lower your ethics a little bit,
I think the latter is the more
Yeah.
important.
Lower your ethics.
Yeah.
if you lower your ethics,
Yeah.
no problem.
Yeah.
You could do whatever you can easily make. Maybe you're not going to be the maid lady's level because she's like the queen of it.
Yeah.
Right, and she's
Typically when you put a
she's
feather
a
duster-
multi-millionaire,
Yeah.
right? But I'll tell you a little story. I don't know if you know this, Sassy Suhini. I'll give you a little story on
Yeah.
this one.
Yeah.
There's a glimmer of hope for you and your male, your lady, female streamer friend.
Yeah.
She got into a big fight with YouTubers.
Yeah.
This is the maid lady.
Yeah.
Because what happened was some of these YouTubers, one of them somehow leaked to the IRS in the States. Are these people declaring this as income? And the IRS said, apparently, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
And they said,
understand.
well, they're making all this money on donations for doing basically fuck all. But they didn't say that. They
Yeah.
said, oh, they're making a lot of money.
Yeah.
What's their tax declaration like?
Yeah.
And apparently it was zero. Surprise, surprise.
Oh.
So guess what happened?
What?
The IRS fucking went and audited a lot of these chicks, including the maid lady. Now, the maid lady showed her true colours because she came out swinging.
Lost her
and
shit.
made a YouTube... she's got a YouTube channel as well.
Yeah.
And she did a video and she said, I want this person shut down. They're making lies about me. They're just jealous of my success, and you know, they're ugly people and the way that they treat me, and you know, I don't want them to be part of my community, and they're not part of my circle of
You don't
friends.
get a choice.
She wanted all these people to be shut down.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But you know what? They were right because she wasn't declaring any money and she's had to pay a lot of tax. She's absolutely furious, and she's not the only one. A lot of them have come out and said, well, you're not making... Where's your donation to the IRS every
Yeah.
year? You haven't made any, have you, darling? All right, well, you're fucked now. And so there's a whole bunch of them that have come out and said... And look, the main people that are coming out are men. They're a little bit jealous, and I don't blame them.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make their own way in the world, and they're like, well, hang on, I don't do shit. I'm trying to do proper content as per the direction of Twitch.
Yeah.
Now, I can't make it on there, no matter what I fucking do. Yet she's made $3 million last year because she said everything, and she happens to film everything in her mansion, which is another fucking cracker, right? And not only that, the IRS, has she made a donation to them? And she hadn't. None of them had. None of these.
And again,
none of these ones. None of them.
doesn't matter what you do. Don't care. Like if that's what you want to do, but then
Pay your
like
fucking
everybody
tax.
else who has to pay freaking taxes.
Yep.
Pay them. Go and be on an appropriate website so you don't screw it up for everyone else. And do your thing.
Yep.
Well, I don't know. Paint your freaking microphone with a brush and, I don't know, play Twister or whatever
at the
it is.
end of the day,
Stick a feather duster up your ass.
but at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it goes back to your original point.
Yeah.
You don't have a problem with it. It shouldn't just be on the Twitch.
It just shouldn't be on
exactly.
Twitch.
It shouldn't be on
Or
Twitch.
if it is on Twitch, in a completely separated area, which is locked down per age.
Well,
Exactly.
they have to do something
Yeah.
because I think at the end of the day, there's going to be a bit of a bit
I
of,
think you're going to find someone's going to sue the fuck out of them at one point.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
I can remember when, I'll give you an example, when PlayStation first put up their very lame Live at PlayStation app,
Yeah.
in the very early days of the PS4,
Yeah.
it was a cracker because people got on there and they were fucking having sex on it.
Jesus.
Jeez.
And Sony went, holy fuck.
You can
Yeah.
imagine that going down well
and
in
before
Japan.
you know it, they were banning PSN
I'm
accounts.
surprised that hasn't happened on here,
What?
on Twitch.
Well, that's what people are saying. If
Yeah, it's like-
if Sony can fucking do it and they don't know how to do shit,
Yeah.
how is it that, you know what it is? Because the big offenders are multimillionaires and they're bringing in Twitch big bucks.
Yeah, exactly.
And they won't touch them.
Yeah.
Right?
And it's the
And
grade.
actually some of them are rubbing it in the face because they said, "Oh, they won't ban them. They won't ban me." Some of these, have you seen some of these streamers on
No.
on their Twitch channels say, "Oh, I won't get banned. They can't ban me because I'm a partner." And when they get partner, they believe they're untouchable because they've made certain amounts of money for
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah.
And once they are a partner, if they're a female and they're doing that sort of silly stuff, they're fucking safe, man.
Yeah.
They have to be outrageous. Like, I mean outrageous to do it.
Before they actually
Yep.
get anything. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Like,
even,
and you know what outrageous is? Saying certain things about certain races and stuff like that. That
Yeah.
probably get them into trouble more
Yeah.
than, showing a bit more of their body. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Which is kind of crazy.
And I mean, look, the gaming community starts off so young these days as well, and it's completely, it's so inappropriate, and it's denying them the opportunity to actually be on Twitch, which was a fun community, and I think Discord, has maybe gotten a bit more, Discord's always been really popular, but like I know for, again, you can lie and there's ways around it, and you could easily get around it if you really wanted to. But I know in our Discord channels, like you've got things like not safe for work channel, right? It's like a community,
Yep.
so anyone is in there. But then there's a separate channel if you want to post some smutty shit in there.
Go nuts.
Go nuts. Go into that channel and post it, and then. Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want. And then if people want to avoid that, they can avoid that. And everything else is gaming focused.
And that's really the problem with Twitch is you can't avoid it. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's right. It's in your
that's
face.
right. But you know what I think it is? I think a lot of it is a bit of corruption with the owners or the organisers.
Yeah.
or whoever
Yeah, for
runs
sure.
Twitch.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I don't think it was created in a time where they really thought that these things would happen. So they really
Yeah.
haven't got any they've got no partitions or garden walls
Yeah.
that prevent people from crossing over into certain areas, right?
Yeah.
So they never designed Twitch, at least the way I've seen it.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Where there was any kind of partition, right?
Yeah.
And so they're going to have to rethink their strategy because they're going to cop a bit of heat, I think.
Yeah.
Because at some point, somewhere along the line, somebody's little Johnny's going to walk in on something and there's going to be hell to pay. And this is what I can't believe because you see it all the time where people want to rally against, music that's evil or
Yeah.
movies that are smutty and have the wrong rating.
right.
And I don't understand
And
why
it's funny.
nobody's beating on the door of Twitch.
Well, and
Nobody.
it's interesting because in parts of the United States, places like Utah, pornography is illegal.
Yeah.
Right? So you can imagine something like Twitch
I'd fucking die
would
in
actually
Utah.
be illegal in Utah. So I'd be amazed if at some point the Mormon church or
Someone-
similar kicks up a shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's very, very rare. There have been instances where female Twitch streamers have been banned on Twitch.
Yeah.
But their bans are completely laughable. Like they
Yeah.
might be banned for 24 hours or 48
Yeah,
hours.
that's right.
And they're back up and running again. And I mean, I'd like to get the insight of a real streamer that's been doing it for a long time, particularly a female one,
Yeah.
because they must be feeling very annoyed, I
Yeah.
would say, if they're legit.
Yeah.
Right. And they're out there maybe streaming 4 or 5 days a week, whatever it is, and
Yeah.
they're playing a certain particular game, and they might get only, I don't know.
I'd be interested to know whether for those legitimate streamers, whether the amount of abuse has increased as a result as well. Because I guarantee you've got a whole bunch of people who are very much going onto Twitch to look at titties.
Yeah.
And then they see other legitimate streamers and they're probably like, show us your tits.
Yeah, exactly.
But it goes back to my point. It's a vicious circle. We are the problem as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Males are the problem as well.
Yeah.
They have they have created the issue. Men have created the issue.
Yeah.
If there weren't men looking at women in that way to get a free glance at a girl without paying a buck, they wouldn't be there.
But
know what I mean?
It's never going to happen.
No, of course it won't.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if there wasn't an audience, they wouldn't be doing it.
Yeah.
They'd be doing something else, right?
Yeah.
They would, and this is why the webcam girls say, you just don't have the guts to admit what you are. You're a stripper.
Yeah.
If you know what, you should admit what you are.
Yeah.
You'd have more. I'd respect you more. I've seen many YouTube videos of strippers that have come out and made YouTube videos going, you should have more respect and just admit that you're a stripper.
Yeah.
Because that's what you are.
Yeah.
Right? And yeah, you might not take all your clothes off because you will 100% get a ban for that.
Yeah.
But you're pretty much doing everything else. You're taking tips.
Yep.
You're taking donations. You're saying, oh, come on, guys, give me 300 subscribers and I'll give you some more ASMR or whatever it is. And then they just happen to remove a bit more of their clothing.
Yeah.
Or they happen to play Twister, which is basically showing everything bar camel toe, but almost is, right? So, you know, I'm not joking.
No,
there was
I
one
know.
video with a maid lady. I'm fucking not kidding you. She was fucking camel toe.
Oh,
I saw one fucking Twitch streamer. I am not kidding you. Where she put her fucking leg up on the table at her desk, no bullshit, and that was camel toe. I'm telling you now, I fucking saw everything, bar the fucking pants off. That's no bullshit.
Yeah. And
Right?
that's what they do. And it just, it's...
But we are the problem too.
Yeah.
Right? If there wasn't an audience, which are 99.9% men, in fact 100% men, maybe maybe there's some women looking at it too.
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah,
Right?
I think you'd be surprised.
Let's say it's 80% men
Yeah.
and 20% women.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And even then I'm being generous. There's still an audience.
Yeah.
If there wasn't an audience,
And-
they wouldn't survive.
Yeah.
They'd go away, right? You know what I mean? They'd hang
And again,
themselves.
just take your audience somewhere else. It's fine.
But I wouldn't have a problem with it if Twitch came out and said, "All right,
We've got a separate area
We've got a
specifically
separate
for it."
area.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to put a garden wall in it, and you
Yeah.
have to subscribe to it. Fuck you,
We have to
fucks.
Yeah.
subscribe
Right?
to it. You have to prove you're
Yeah.
over the age
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
18,
you
21,
got to register,
whatever it is.
prove you're over the age of 18, and you pay, I don't know, $10 a month, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? And there you go. There's all your thoughts for you. And if you want to donate to them, go for it.
Go for it. Yeah,
Right?
exactly.
It's the same as fucking Chatterbait now.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's Chatterbait.
Yeah.
And you go say to the people that are on the stream, you know what? We don't want to be a webcam channel, so you can't take your clothes off, but anything else goes.
Yeah.
And then
Boom.
no one would have a fucking problem then.
No,
and you know
it's
what?
such an easy fix.
That's such an easy fix, but they won't do it because you know why? They're afraid of rocking the boat because these women,
Make them
unfortunately,
huge
most of them
money.
are women. They are making millions and millions of bucks for the owners.
Yeah.
That's what the problem is. But that would be the solution.
Yeah.
And everyone, I think most people would be happy. You know what? You want to be a legit female streamer on Twitch? And no problem. You
Yeah.
want to be a
And then
male?
they've actually
You want to
got
be
the
a male?
access.
You want to be a male legit streamer on Twitch and play games? No problem. But just be aware that if you log into Twitch, there are people on the other side of the garden wall.
Yeah.
That will that will be pushing the boundaries of what's considered nudity. But that's fine. That's adult content
Yeah.
section. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you know the lonely guy subscribed to it. Fucking Twitch are dumb because you know what? They would make more money if they fucking did it because people would subscribe to it and still donate to these
Yeah,
people.
exactly.
They're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
They should just say, you know what? Yes, you know what? We are going to have an adult section, even if they fucking mask it as adult gaming.
Yeah.
And they say to the streamers, you know what? Play your Dance Revolution, darling, while you put the fucking thing in your bra and jump up and down and jiggle like the maid lady does.
Do you know
right?
what they do though?
They'd fucking make more money if they did it.
They do that, but you know what they'll classify as adult entertainment? Anything with profanity as well.
Yeah, that'd be the fuck up. But you know what?
Garen fucking
yeah,
T it.
that's where they do it.
That.
But you know what? They kind of have to because again, if I'm the nephew upstairs, he's only 10. As much as I like him, I wouldn't want him to listen to these guys that are saying, "Oh, look at that fucking prick." You know what?
I mean,
no,
and look,
That's another one.
That's another one. Fuck.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. And it's,
In,
you know
in
what?
amongst all the C-bombs, the rape
Yeah,
jokes, all that innuendo that
All
comes,
of that would go behind that same barrier, mate.
Yeah.
Or, you know, they can't block the whole thing off to 18 plus. That'll kill them because their audience, I would say, is probably 10 to 18.
Yeah.
That's probably their target market, right? So they can't completely garden wall it with a subscription or a you got to prove you're 18 type of registry type system.
YouTube makes you do it.
No, they don't. Not for videos. No, you can go in. No.
So when you upload a video, you're supposed to
not upload.
You're supposed to say if does this contain explicit.
But I'm not
content?
talking about. I'm not talking about uploading. I'm talking about being a consumer.
Yeah,
I know
being a
that,
viewer,
right?
Yeah.
But if you're doing it by the book with the word like the C-bomb, stuff like that, you're supposed to stick it under 18.
But I'm using me as an example.
But even if you beep it out?
If you beep it, that's a different story. But if you have explicit content or if it is adult or whatever it is, you're supposed to flag it, and then you're supposed to tell, how old you are before it'll let you
But I'm
proceed.
using me as an example.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm the consumer.
Yeah.
So I'm saying I don't want to, because I'm over 18, obviously.
Yeah.
I don't want to be paying, I don't want to register at all. Mm-hmm. But if there's an adult section in Twitch, right, there's a new button or tile on the dashboard of Twitch.
Yeah.
Adults only. Okay, if I click on that, I've got to have registered in my Twitch account. I now need to create a Twitch account, by the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Not just log in.
Oh, like,
Yeah.
well, not
Right?
even that. Like now, I can just fucking stream.
Exactly right.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
but if
You
you
don't
want to
even-
if you want to look at the adult section, you got
You got to register with your age
yes.
and rah,
Yeah.
rah.
Yeah. So
Proof-
you have
proof
to have a
identity.
Twitch account. You fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And that's what I'd be saying, but they won't do that because I'll rock the boat.
Yeah.
Now, Retro Dan, as much as I've loved talking about thoughts,
Yes, I've had enough of it.
There is one topic that I'm keen to hear your
Yes.
thoughts on.
Yep. Now you're asking me questions.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Rocket Russell once came with us with a list of grievances. And what
Yeah.
are your grievances?
Well, from my understanding, you're not very much a fan of the new Star Wars.
I'll give
The Netflix special. No, Netflix show.
No,
The movie.
The movies.
No,
Okay.
no, she's talking about Star Wars, not Star Trek. you
Oh yeah.
fuck.
Sorry.
Well,
Tired.
that's a whole different kettle
Yeah,
of fish.
because I fucking can't. Okay, let's just
Oh.
quickly.
Oh my god, are you
quickly-
about to tell me that you hate Star Trek?
Can't stand it.
The new one.
Can't stand
Wait,
it.
the new one or in general?
No, the new one.
New one.
Can't stand it.
I don't like it. Hate it. And the whole Michael thing where
Michael-
you
Okay,
know,
so I did.
Jessica Ye
Yeah.
comes back and the
It's
evil twin.
Okay,
so
so
bad.
Who are you?
So I did a very, very in the one of our earlier podcasts.
But I still want to talk about Star Wars.
Yeah. Just very quickly on
Yeah.
Star Trek because I'm getting close to bust for a piss.
I'm getting close for a coffee. I'm knackered.
Yeah. We did a podcast on this very, very early on.
Yeah.
And that is all about the Kelvin timeline. Are you familiar
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
issues of the Kelvin timeline and how Paramount won't relinquish their
Yes.
prime timeline to
Yeah.
CBS?
And
Yeah.
it shows.
And it shows.
Yeah.
I really struggle with that, even without all of that shit.
What, you
Yeah.
don't mean that Spock is awesome and
No,
stuff?
look, I don't.
Because those latest episodes
No,
are just fabulous,
but,
mate.
Look,
Yeah,
but look, I don't even watch it now because it's an insult to my
Oh,
intelligence.
mate, it gets worse.
I thought you liked it. I thought you were going to come out and say, "How could you not like it?" I was ready for a fight.
See, my husband forced me to watch it, and he forced me and forced me and forced me, and I got about 3/4 of the way in, and I'm
Does
like,
he like it?
he loves it.
Oh fuck! I got a problem with that.
We were engaged by then. I couldn't leave. It was tough.
You couldn't back out of the
Yeah, I
deal.
know. I'm like, I've committed. Fuck. So I got about 3/4 of the way, and I'm like, my IQ is dipping
Yeah.
by watching this shit.
Don't you love it how it
makes-
force feeds
Now-
all those political issues
Yeah.
down your throat as well?
Yes.
It's very look. It force feeds you the political issues down your throat. But here's the best bit. Are you aware that it's plagiarism as well?
Yep.
No.
Yes. So you know the bit where they take the alien spores and they extract the spores to make energy as a
The
war.
whole
Yes,
idea of a
yes,
spore
yes,
drive
yeah.
is
That
plagiarism.
Spore drive.
That was plagiarized from a video game. Now at the time I said it was a sci-fi story.
Have you noticed they
But
don't
we-
mention it in the latest episodes?
Yeah, because you know what, the CBS have been taken to court.
Get out.
Yeah, no, serious. Because what happened was someone came out and said, "Hang on, that's my fucking story
Yeah.
that you've stolen from my video,
video
game."
game, yeah.
At the time, I didn't know it was a video game. I couldn't remember when
Yeah.
I did the podcast.
Yeah.
So one of our earlier podcasts we did.
Yeah.
And I said to who was on that day? Was it Super Simon?
Might have been Super Simon.
No, it was Pottery Pete. I was
Pottery
telling
Pete,
Pottery
yeah.
Pete. I go, mate, do you know that they plagiarised that? And he goes, no, he's a Star Trek fan too.
Right.
I said, mate, they did. They ripped it off. I think it's a sci-fi story of some kind, but it's actually a video game. And they've been taken to court, CBS.
Well, good
They're
on
in
'em.
real fucking trouble.
Yeah.
Right, and a lot of the writers from the season 1 got fucking fired for that.
Yeah.
So they've dropped, like you said, as a hot potato, that story completely out of the window.
Yeah.
But the whole thing's weird and doesn't make sense, primarily because they're using the Kelvin timeline. And whenever they used, and the Kelvin timeline, by the way, was the same timeline as the J.J. Abrams movies, right?
And did you not like the J.J. Abrams movies?
I tell you now, the first one I don't mind.
The first one
I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
the first one.
You know what I liked about it? I'll tell you. It's not that I loved it.
Yeah.
I respected it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I respected it was because, well, one, it was safe.
Yeah.
But two, it kind of reinvigorated and make Star Trek as a franchise cool again.
Yeah, it did.
And I was cool with it. And you know what it was? It was like what they did with Star Wars, probably with, what was it, episode, I'm trying to think, episode 7, where it was safe.
Yeah.
But it wasn't.
The Force Awakens.
The Force Awakens. It was safe, but it wasn't horrible.
No.
Now, since then, it's been a debacle.
Oh, my
We'll get
God.
to it.
Okay.
We'll get to it, but let's finish Star Trek for first.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, Star Trek, it was safe. Then I think the second movie was Into Darkness.
Yes.
Was okay. Didn't mind it.
I could tolerate that.
Was okay. But the
third
third one...
It was the worst.
Now let me fucking tell you a little fucking story. Let me tell you a little story about the third one. Now, I can't believe the third one. I'm telling you now.
Yep.
Simon Pegg the fuck comes out and says that he's a fan of Star Trek since he was a boy, and he's writing, or partly writing, the third movie.
I know, and you can tell.
And if that's his definition of it being a fan, that's a fucking insult. Because I sat through that bullshit, and when the Beastie Boys came on for the fucking soundtrack where they had that fucking intergalactic fight with some bullshit fucking alien, I'm not kidding you now, when I stood up in front of the movie theater and said, fuck this movie, fuck this fucking franchise, and I left. I fucking left. 3/4 of the way through that movie, because I'm the fucking guy that watched the original fucking series, and I even loved season 3 of the original series, which was shit, and I even liked Spock's brain, which is the worst fucking episode Star Trek ever produced, and then I fucking sat through Star Trek The Next Generation season 1, which was shit, and they had Wesley Crusher as a fucking character who's a little fucking man-child, and I can't fucking stand it, and now I'm really going to go into a rant because I loved Star Trek The Next Generation from season 3 onwards, and they ended that show at season 7, which was fucking good. It was good, and it was riding fucking high, and DS9 wasn't bad. It started off shaky, but it wasn't fucking bad, and I put up with the Dominion fucking battles and all that bullshit. I can live with it. And then they fucking killed me with Enterprise. They bought out Enterprise and they fucking said, oh, your fucking history, shove it up your ass, Star Trek fans. We'll go back and say that the original Enterprise wasn't the one that fucking Kirk had, or the one that fucking Captain whatever his name was that was in the fucking chair because he got fucking nuked.
Oh, yep. Okay, I know.
Right, Pike. Captain Pike. Right? Oh no, we've got this other fucking Enterprise, you fucks, that doesn't even have a transporter. It's got a claw that fucking picks shit up.
The craw.
I couldn't deal with it anymore. I couldn't do it.
The villain in the third movie, Idris Elba's character.
It was shit.
It was so bad.
It was shit, and I wanted to cry, and it was over. And you know what? I'll never forget it. The very good friend of ours who's Englishman with a Cockney accent. He turned to me, and I said, mate, he's not a big Star Trek fan, and I said to him,
he definitely wasn't after that.
This is the lowest point as a Star Trek fan I've ever had.
Yeah, it was.
And he said, you know what? This is your Phantom Menace, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
And I said, yeah, it is.
Oh, it so is.
It was Phantom
really
Menace.
Was.
It was Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
But you know what the fucking new Star Trek series is? And I don't give a fuck what anyone fucking says. I fucking don't fucking care. Even the first season of that shit was fucking terrible, and it hasn't got any better. And I'm glad CBS went to fucking court because they don't deserve the fucking show. And I'm telling you, the Phantom Menace looks fucking good compared to what we've got. Now with Star Trek is ruined. It's fucked. It's dead. It's never coming back. It's never coming back. You can't come back from this. Because no one will take it seriously, and it can't come back. You know why it can't come back? Because Paramount won't let the original series or the original rights to the show go to CBS. And Paramount can't make a TV series because they got no money. And CBS can because they've got CBS All Access, which they then offload to Netflix around the world, which is what we're dealing with, right? And they can make a series, but we won't get the Prime series. We won't get a Captain Picard timeline series. You know what I mean?
Wait, aren't they redoing? Well, I saw Captain Picard is coming back.
He's coming back. But here's the fuck up. it's not the Captain Picard you want. It's going to be a Kelvin-based alternative universe Picard.
I don't want to deal with anything Kelvin-based
and no
anymore.
one can answer it. And apparently Picard's apparently Patrick Stewart's had a fall or something's happened to him this week. Yeah, I read somewhere.
No.
So I don't know if he can do it now. But apparently, I read something.
Might be a blessing.
I read somewhere. Yeah. But he is signed on to do it. He is, yes. Yeah. But it's not going to be the Picard we want. It's going to be an alternative universe Picard.
Please don't make it based on the current season, because
no, it is. No, it is.
Is it?
No, but like,
no, he somehow that's what no one can answer. No one can answer the question: how does Picard come back in time? Because it's set before the next generation.
There's a lot of bullshit.
But there's a lot
of
bullshit going on with time travel, and they're saying the fucker's going to go back in time, and that's how they're going to deal with it.
Daniel,
but I don't want it.
See, time travel screws everything up in good ways and bad ways. Even in WoW, they did this. Okay, and I'm bringing back Warcraft here, but one of the expansions, right? Because everybody was going on about Burning Crusade was the first expansion, and it was the glory days. It was one of the best fucking expansions, right? And because they wanted people to relive that, but in a different time slot, they did some fucking weird ass time travel bullshit where some orc went through some portals and ended up in a different timeline, and they had BlizzCon,
it's
right?
Just lazy
BlizzCon,
writing.
it's like the
Comic-Con. That's a Comic-Con, yeah.
Yeah. And so when someone actually asked, like, can you explain how this timeline freaking works? Just give me a basic rundown. No one can do it. It screws everything up. Don't fuck up what isn't
Star
broken.
Trek's dead, man. I'm telling you, it's dead.
Gone.
You know why? Because there's nobody else that can do it other than CBS.
Yeah.
Paramount can't make movies. They can't make the TV series because they've got no money. They're almost bankrupt. And I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of research on it. There's a really good YouTube channel I'll tell you about when we go off air.
Yeah.
And it basically, he goes into the nitty gritty as to what's going on, because even he's like, this is fucking dead.
What you told me?
And I couldn't work out, because I'm sitting there going, what are you doing with this alien? Because what I hate about the new series is it says, you know what? Fuck all the lore of the original Star Trek where you're supposed to be diplomatic. Because what they call the original timeline, which is Prime, they also coin it sometimes as the diplomatic timeline. Yeah. Which is, if you meet an alien, you try and make peace with it. Not this fucking series. No, go fuck everything. And I will go get an alien and we'll stick it in a chamber and extract the fucking bullshit spores out of it. And we'll make it. And we'll torture it, and we'll act like fucking space pirates.
And then go, maybe it's upset. Maybe that's why it doesn't work anymore.
We don't know what we're fucking doing, and we fucking don't care because we want its energy because we don't have warp drive. Oh, bullshit, you did, and you don't care about it.
They've got
warp.
I
can't believe that people watch the shit and they support it, and I can't fucking stand it, and I hate it. I hate that show so much that I fucking refuse to watch it, and I'll never watch it ever again. Yep. And if that fucking camera was on, I would look in the fucking camera lens and I'd say, go fuck yourself, CBS, and you can fuck your fucking bullshit Star Trek up your ass, and I don't care if Mussolini censors his shit because I've offended fucking a whole TV network. I'm fucking done, because I love Star Trek. I loved it even more than Star Wars at one point. I really fucking did.
So Dano, how does it make you feel that one of the main sort of parts of that show now is about a red angel?
I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything. I haven't watched any
I haven't gotten that far.
No, I haven't. I won't.
I don't actually know what you're talking about.
I even find it boring.
Yeah, it is.
I fall asleep.
Yep.
Okay, the special effects,
like
okay,
ASMR.
they look good, but it's all fucking J.J. Abrams bullshit lens flares.
Oh,
what are
he
you
loves
fucking
the lens
doing?
flares.
I don't want it. And I couldn't tell you about one fucking thing about that show. And you know what? I'm fucking proud that I don't know one thing about that bullshit show, because I'm fucking insulted. I'm fucking insulted. And I fucking, every time I watch a rerun of Voyager or DS9, Voyager's good. Yep. And fucking especially The Next Generation, my favourite. I fucking look at that new series and I go, you fucking idiots don't know what you're fucking doing. You're a fucking disgrace. Go fuck yourselves and fuck CBS All Access, the greedy fucking corporate cockhead fucking cockhead that fucking took that fucking show and they fucking trampled on it. They didn't just trample on it, they fucking spat on it. And I can't believe it. And if Gene Roddenberry was alive right now, he'd be rolling over in his grave.
Yeah.
Because they took all the law and they fucked it. They did more damage to Star Trek than fucking Disney did with Star Wars. And Star Wars is a fucking disgrace right now. And I know episode 9 got released and the fucking the trailer got released, but I don't give a fuck about it. After I saw The Last Jedi, that was a fucking disgrace. Mary Poppins in space with that fucking scene where she's holding her hand in space like she's fucking Mary Poppins. And you know what I fucking never forget? I turned to the Englishman and I said to him, I put money on this. There'll be something in this fucking movie that will piss me the fuck off. And he goes, no, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be no problem. I said, I fucking put money on it. And I sat there for 20 minutes and they didn't let me down because Mary Poppins flew in space like fucking, she had a fucking umbrella. What an insult. And I turned to him and I go, this fucking movie. And he shook his head and I was done. And I said to him, if I wasn't with my mates and I wasn't going out for dinner and all that bullshit and I wasn't doing all that stuff, I would have walked out. Fuck it. And I'm not going to the midnight release for Star Wars.
No.
And I'm not even going to watch it at the movies. Fuck it. I'll wait till it comes on fucking Foxtel. And I'll tell you why. Because I watched fucking Solo and that was the worst fucking, that was so boring, that movie. Fuck, I'm fucking pissed.
I haven't seen it. I refuse to.
Boring. Fuck it. It wasn't even a good action
Solo
movie.
wasn't that good. What did you think of Rogue One?
Rogue One was the better of the two.
Boring.
I love Rogue One.
And I'll tell you why. It was a fucking mess. That movie made no sense. That was the most confusing, nonsense, boring movie I've ever seen. The only thing about that movie
is when they died.
It picked up at the 3/4 mark.
Yeah.
At the 3/4 mark, it ended very well. I will say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That ending.
It was good.
Is one of my favorite endings.
It was good.
Because it was perfect. It was as brutal as it needed to be.
It was good. But the first 3/4 of that movie were a fucking disgrace. And as Kevin Sheedy used to say about the Bombers, there's 4 quarters in football, and there fucking wasn't 4 quarters in that bullshit movie. That movie was a fucking disgrace. I fucking can't stand that fucking movie. And I can't stand the fucking, what was it, The Last Jedi. What a disgrace.
Last Jedi was a joke.
Oh, fuck,
it was such a joke.
I'm Luke Skywalker. Fucking, I'm just going to die.
Yeah.
I'm Rey. I'm a Mary Sue, but I'm the best fucking Jedi that's ever been. And suddenly I can do everything.
Yeah.
It
took me 3 seconds, and now I can overpower Kylo Ren.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. I can fight against Snoke.
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Do you know what the biggest mistake in that movie was?
What?
There's too many.
Well, there's quite a few.
I don't know where to start with it.
Yeah.
People you can't see this.
Wait.
What?
Traveling through space.
That's what I'm saying. The Mary Poppins in space.
Yeah. So before that, they should have killed her when it actually hit the bridge. Bang! That should have been the end.
Exactly.
Of that. Right.
Exactly.
That would have made the
you know
movie
what?
bearable at least.
And
Exactly.
then what's the deal with the purple-haired chick who's been an absolute...
No, she's been in no fucking movies.
She was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That was Laura Dern.
Yeah.
But her character's got no significance in the universe.
Yeah. No. But she's there and she's a complete... Okay, I won't say it so you don't have to.
She's a cunt.
Yeah, she's a cunt, all right?
That's fucking
to Poe
true.
Dameron, she's an absolute cunt to him. Of course he's going to think that, he's going to think that she's fucking around and being mutinous and whatever. Couldn't you have just fucking told what you wanted to do? It would have made things less complicated. He wouldn't have had to go out.
I fucking hated that movie for
It was
so many reasons.
so annoying.
Not even, look, if I
and the love story thing between Finn and that chick.
What a useless fucking character.
And then going to that casino. The casino.
I didn't understand that. What was the
Boring.
whole point of that section? I don't understand.
And
Boring.
then releasing those weird camel-looking things to the
Boring.
wild. Great. I'm all for animal rights. Not exactly going to go sign up to PETA tomorrow or
What the
anything.
fuck
But
was
I
with-
love it them. But
And what about the end of it, where Luke Skywalker just says, "All right,
I'm done.
I'm done. I'm going to sacrifice myself. I'm
Cool.
done." Yeah, cool. Fucking great.
What a lazy fuck as well. You think he'd get off his ass and actually physically
You know what
go
I
there.
love? It's very obvious to me, and kudos to Mark Hamill, because he went to Disney. I don't know if you know the story.
Right at the start, he says, I'm only making 2 or 3 of them.
No,
I'm done.
look, I'll tell you the story with him, and this is very, very layman and I'm glossing over a lot of shit, but very, very basically to save some time. He said to Disney, I've committed, when George Lucas owned it, I committed to doing these movies, so I'll do it, right?
Yeah.
But I don't agree with what you're doing in terms of the story. Because
Yeah.
Luke Skywalker would never, ever act in that way, and he would never sacrifice himself in that way.
Yeah.
And Disney said, you don't know what you're talking about, Mark Hamill. And he said, all right, I'm a man of my word. I will do this movie or whatever it was that he had to do because I committed to it before Disney bought the rights to Star Wars, right?
Right.
He committed to it.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to keep my word to George Lucas.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with what they did. And when they went out and did what they did with that movie, he came out and he was a grumpy. You think I'm grumpy? He came out like a grumpy old fucking said, this is bullshit. And when it fucking blew up in their face, he turned around and went, I fucking told yous. Because all the fans said, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. And Mark Hamill said, I told Disney, but they wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah.
And that Kathleen Kennedy, who's the president of Disney, right, who supposedly wants to get Star Wars on the right track to get some new fans. Well, you know what? You might have got some new fans, darling, but you fucking lost everyone else.
I know.
That fucking created the fucking franchise. And not only created the franchise, actually built it for you, you fuck. What?
This is the funniest thing. The best thing that I've read recently is that Mark Hamill will be the voice of Chucky in the Child's Play remake.
He does great.
He is the best Joker.
We're voice acting when he was in the Arkham Asylum game. He was the Joker. He was
brilliant.
Awesome. I'll be the first to admit, when I first saw that on the back of the pack, I went, Mark Hamill is a Joker. That's shit.
Yeah.
But when I played the game, he was fucking awesome.
He is actually a very, very funny person. I love following his Instagram account.
Yeah, but his Instagram, this is where I was reading it, all this shit. But he was basically, I'm telling you, I'm sure he was pissing off Disney because he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He was on Twitter. Have you seen his Twitter?
No.
He doesn't give a fuck. He's like, I told yous. On Twitter, he's like, I told Disney this wouldn't work. I'm glad it didn't.
Yeah.
Basically,
well, it's
that's
true.
what he basically said.
Yep.
And it's like, well, not for word for word, but basically that's what he said. I knew it would be like that. Sorry, fans. I told Disney they weren't listening to me.
And the other thing that totally pissed me off was when Kylo Ren and Rey start bonding, right? And they're about to they're getting closer together or whatever, and you think that he's maybe coming around, and they help each other kill everyone in that freaking throne room against Snoke. And then suddenly he does a backflip again and goes, yeah, I'm back to being evil and I want to dominate the world.
And how shit was Snoke as a character?
What was the point of his character?
It wasn't done. And he looked like a fucking cave troll from fucking Lord of the Rings. He did. And so what have you put up here? Yes, I'm going to
so this is a new quote. Yeah. So Mark Hamill saying, yes, I'm not going to tell them how to run their business, speaking about Disney. Oh, fuck. Where did that just disappear to? But is there a possibility of Star Wars fatigue? Yeah, I think there is. I've experienced it to a certain degree. But then they never listen to my ideas anyway, so who needs them?
Yeah, so I'm telling you, he is a rogue agent, Mark Hamill. He's come out and said to basically the fans, because he knows the fans don't like these new movies.
Yeah.
And he said, I told them. But the only reason why he did the movies, he said, because I'm a man of my word and I promised George Lucas I would do any movies he did in the future that involve Luke Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
And he did it.
Yeah.
Right? But then when he read the script, he said, this is bullshit.
This is not
what Luke Skywalker would do. He wouldn't do this shit.
Yeah.
And they didn't listen to him. And apparently, I think he might have even chipped in and said, well, this is not what fucking Princess Leia would do.
Yeah.
And he even said, well, when did Princess Leia have these Jedi powers? She's never had these Jedi powers.
Never, ever.
The reason why she survived in space, apparently, is because she's got these super Jedi powers that made her not give a shit about breathing in space. And that's how she survived.
Or freezing.
Right, or freezing. That's how she survived in space
no
because of Jedi powers.
Yeah.
And apparently Mark Hamill said, well, this is bullshit. She never had Jedi powers to that level.
yeah, she's force sensitive in when...
But she didn't have Jedi training
powers.
like that,
no.
Right?
She felt it when Alderaan, blew up and whatever.
But she wasn't Jedi trained.
No.
And she didn't have those powers. And that's what Mark Hamill said. He kept saying, well, she doesn't have these bullshit powers. And you're fucking right. Because in hindsight, which is a wonderful thing... They should have killed her off when the spaceship.
That would have made so much more sense
because she died in real life, but they didn't know that.
Yeah.
But they should have. I think they should have fucking edited it and made it that she did die in that.
Yeah.
And they would have said, you know what?
That actually makes sense.
That actually
was a good ending,
Yeah.
right? You know the other thing that Mark Hamill didn't like. He didn't like how all these original characters were being snuffed out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, apparently that was. What's his name? Harrison Ford's doing.
Yeah, he
always wanted Han Solo to die. He always wanted that to happen, and he was quoted many a time. He wanted Han Solo to be killed.
Right.
I don't know his reasons why. The real nerds would know
because he was
that.
a criminal.
Yeah, because he reckons that would be his best fate, right?
Yeah.
He'd go out as a hero, and that's what he deserves because he was a bit of a shady character, right? And he got his wish.
Yeah.
Right? But Mark Hamill said, well, no, you can't kill me and then kill fucking Princess Leia in the same movie.
Yeah.
And and Luke Skywalker wouldn't sacrifice himself. He'd want to be there for the end.
He'd be in the final battle.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't just go, oh, fuck it. That's what he did in the movie. That movie is the worst movie ever fucking made. You know what? And even if you're not a Star Wars fan, I don't give a fuck. That was not a good action movie.
No, it wasn't.
I don't fucking care. And I've seen people say, oh, yeah, it might not be a good Star Wars movie for the fans, but it's a great action movie.
No,
go fuck yourself. It's not.
The casino planet or whatever was so boring. Ironically, the one thing that I did enjoy that nobody else enjoyed was
thinking that Rose was dead.
yeah, that and Ray's parentage.
Oh,
right
yeah.
when it came out. Now I don't know whether he's just saying that to be cruel or anything, but you know what? I think it would be perfect if she was a nobody. Okay, if it was a nobody, all this cliche about her being a Skywalker, about being a Kenobi,
it would have been too easy and convenient.
It's so easy. It actually makes more sense that she's just a nobody.
Yeah, I didn't have a problem with that either.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with that at all. I think Finn was a very misplaced nobody in that movie. They didn't know what to fucking do with him.
No.
Because in the first movie, he was comedy relief.
Yeah.
And I kept saying to my friends, because they didn't see it, I'm like, that was stupid. He was like the fucking comedy relief, and he was like trying to be a comedian in it. And
Do you know who he was?
Like,
he was the Jar Jar Binks of this.
yes,
He was.
He was a little bit.
Was.
You know, like people keep thinking that Star Wars was always funny. In my opinion, it never was funny. I don't know what people.
It wasn't.
It had a few little moments in it, but it wasn't.
But
like
it wasn't about.
Wasn't a comedy.
No.
Now all of a sudden, apparently, it's good. It's got Star Wars comedy in it. When did it have fucking Star Wars comedy in it?
Missa gonna fuck you up.
That was fucking bullshit. 90s bullshit. Fucking Phantom Menace shit.
And you know what? I remember, and I do like this about the new. I like this about the new movies though, because in the old movies, really the comedic relief came from the droids.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they were funny, yes.
Yeah, and they were funny, and
Yes.
it was good, right? And I do like BB-8 in the
I
new
agree.
movies. I like BB-8, and I think if they had just left it as BB-8
Is
humor
the comedy.
Yep.
as the comedic relief,
Yep.
perfect.
Even if
But it says a lot about the characters that are human.
Yeah.
That the fucking android, which is a robot's got more character and you can understand him more than the fucking
I know,
humans.
right? I
You know what I
know.
mean? It says a lot. And I'm telling you now,
Yeah.
because I'm getting close to bust for a piss, I'm telling you now, we've got to wrap this up because I'm
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about episode 9. I don't care. I don't fucking care.
I have zero interest in it.
And I'm telling you know me,
Yeah.
right, from back in the day, and if you had known me back in the 90s, if you ever heard me say that, you would have thought something was really wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because I never said that about Star Wars. I'd line up at midnight, I'd fucking count the days down, I'd be the nerd that would look at the trailer when it came out, don't care. I know the trailer came out, don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't care. I
haven't
don't give
even
a
seen
fuck.
it.
I'm telling you now, it can come on Foxtel and I'll watch it when I fucking feel like it. Don't give a shit. I'm fucking
Actually,
You done.
I'm so over it. I don't care. Because you know why? Because it's not my Star Wars.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to my mum, and it kind of broke her heart one time, she bought me something for my birthday or Christmas and had it like a Star Wars t-shirt. I went, I'm not into it. I don't give a fuck about Star
Yeah,
Wars anymore.
yeah.
Because it's not my Star Wars.
No,
It's
I know.
not it's not my Star Wars. It's Star Wars that fucking they commercialise to the point where it doesn't mean anything anymore.
Yeah.
Hello,
See,
Disney.
I
everything
liked the first one because and look, I
was safe.
think I have more tolerance for trash than
it was
most
safe.
people.
It was a safe movie.
It was a safe movie, and I think the
Force Awakens we're talking about.
Yeah,
It
the
was safe.
nostalgia, the use of the music in there, BB-8, Han Solo, the whole shebang.
Yep.
I kind of walked out of there going, that was a feel-good rekindling
safe.
of the
Yeah. I
Star
didn't-
Wars
yeah. I
romance.
didn't
You
have
know what
right?
it was? It was a New Hope remake.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was.
that's exactly
But I wasn't
it.
offended by it.
No.
But The Last Jedi,
The
it
Last
offended
Jedi
me.
was
It
like, what is
offended
this
me.
shit?
It offended me the same way Star Trek, this new series, offends me. It
Yeah.
offends me. Because it's not even that it's... I don't expect series or movies in the current era to be as good as their counterparts from
Yeah.
previous time. I don't expect that, right?
Yeah.
But... You're insulting me now,
Yeah.
because it's not about making a movie that's half decent. You're actually shitting and pissing on the fucking lore and the heritage of the original movies,
Exactly.
or the original series. If I go back to Star Trek again, I don't expect a Next Generation remake or
Yeah.
a Next Generation continuation of that series.
Although that would be cool.
Although that would be cool, but I don't expect it because I know what the modern world's like, right? But you're not even doing that. You're pissing all over, and even if it's an alternative timeline, but you're pissing on everything Star Trek ever stood for. It's not even Star Trek now.
Yeah.
You're not even fucking diplomatic. You're pirates.
Exactly.
You're pirates. You go out there and rape and pillage, you fucks. What's the Federation? Oh, it's all right. It's an alternative timeline. No, it's not. It's you might as well. The closest it is like when they did Mirror Mirror in season 2 of the original Star Trek, where they had the evil Spock who had the fucking goatee.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Mirror Mirror.
Yeah.
Season 2, right? I think episode 5 or something, right? And you could Google that, see how close I am. Mirror Mirror. If it is, I think a muck time was episode 2 of season 2. I see how close I am. I'm a little bit off, I think, but it's season 2. Mirror Mirror. The 4th episode.
Oh, so close.
Oh, one episode.
So close.
Fuck, I'm losing my touch. What I'm saying, they're pissing all over it.
Yeah.
And I can't stand it. And I don't even want to watch it now because I know it's going to shit me.
Fuck with this guy.
No,
fucking
that's
awesome.
why I'm zooming up in and it's fucking
Can I tell
beautiful.
you, that is an awesome episode.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Not like Spock's brain.
No, and
No.
I mean, I walleye hopeful with episode 9 that's coming up.
Is it everyone
for Star
dies?
Wars.
I don't
No,
even
that's
care.
Game of Thrones tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's
Well,
I'm
I
excited
could start.
for that.
Look,
No,
that's another rant.
All I'm hoping for is because J.J. Abrams is back for episode 9 is, you know what? It's so messed up right now. Just give me a safe ending. Give me a safe ending.
But you know what's been said about it?
What?
Because Rian Johnson, who was the director of The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
he apparently, and I don't know, I've done a little bit of research on it.
Yeah.
Apparently, J.J. Abrams gave him a lot of source material and said, this is what I did for A Force Awakens.
Yeah.
This is what I recommend you do with The Last Jedi in terms of direction and story and all the rest of it. And Rian Johnson said, no, I'm going to do it my way.
Yeah.
Because apparently, word on the street, and again, I don't know because I'm not there and I've done very little research, so I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But apparently he knew that if he did well in this,
Yeah.
that he would get a shot at his own series. His own trilogy.
Yeah.
And Rian Johnson took all the fucking source material that J.J. Abrams gave him and said, fuck it. And now the word on the street is J.J. Abrams ain't exactly thrilled because he's got to clean up all the shit Rian Johnson caused.
Yeah.
And I fucking blame Kathleen Kennedy for that
Yeah.
because she was the fucking president of Disney and she should have just said, you know what, JJ, I know you're busy, but you're doing the fucking trilogy.
Yeah. Do the whole thing.
Keep it consistent.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get a different director in, and you know Rian Johnson, what he directed was fucking Fast and Furious.
Oh,
God.
That's why it's a fucking
God.
clusterfuck.
Oh, my God.
If I'm wrong, I apologise. But you could Google that, and I think he did the Fast and Furious, one of those Fast and Furious movies.
Look,
and it's
I
a
love Fast and the
clusterfuck.
Furious because it's, again, swinging back to thoughts, it's about being honest with what you're doing, right?
Yep.
Everyone knows you're in it for a shitty thrill ride.
You're in it for cars and tits.
You're in it for cars, you're in it for tits, and
That's
if you're
right.
a girl, then maybe Paul Walker and
Yep.
The Rock, if he's in there, and Vin Diesel, okay? Nothing else. You're not there for character development. You're not there for a good storyline.
No.
You go
No.
in knowing this is millions and millions
Yep.
of dollars spent while people are starving, spent on shit. And I'm going
spent
to
on
sit here
cars.
and
Yep.
enjoy shit.
Yep.
You can.
Yep.
No,
That's fine. That's fine.
But you know, with Star Wars, she's been quoted.
Yeah.
This is Kathleen Kennedy. She's out to get new fans on board. And it's pretty obvious when you watch the movies. There's a lot of merchandise placement.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
for
a lot
sure.
of
Huge.
there's a lot of toys that can be built.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's
Those little weird little fish bird things.
There's a lot of contracts that have been exchanged at Disney with Lego and whoever else is
Yeah.
Hasbro, whoever else is making these toys, and you know something's up.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the actual movie and the story and the pure essence and the love and the source material of the original movies has been shafted and put to one side.
Yeah.
And she's been quoted as saying, "I don't give a not quote for quote, but I don't give a fuck about the old fans." So I grew up in the 70s. I saw Star Wars in 1979. The original, even though it came out in 77. I was only 2 when it came out.
Yeah.
But I saw it in 1979 on a VHS. I'll fucking never forget it.
Yep.
I told the story on this bullshit podcast.
It's
one
And
of
I
the very
can't
first
believe
Rams.
but she's saying to me, 40 fucking years in the making, go fuck yourself. Well, I say to her, go fuck yourself, because I am not buying another movie ticket to watch that bullshit.
Yeah.
And I had a smile on my face when I read and heard that Solo flopped. I'm glad it flopped.
Yeah.
And I know why it flopped, because when you watch it, it's shit. It's not a good Star Wars movie, and it's sure as shit a very average at best fucking action movie. And I'll fucking stand by that. And I can't stand it, because there are so many other ways to do it. And you know what? I remember there was one bloke on YouTube, he said, you know what? I told you fucks you'd want fucking George Lucas back as a director. I told you all.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's fucking right.
Yeah.
And everyone wrote George Lucas off, and that's fair, because he did that fucking, the prequels were shit. But you know what?
So shit.
But you know what? I'd fucking take him back at this point.
You know what?
I'd take him back.
I would.
Because at least he'd be more.
At least he was creative.
He'd be creative, but he'd also be staying as close as he could to the source material.
Yeah.
Whereas in these new directors and these new fucking stories that they write up and Disney, they don't give a fuck.
And see, the thing is, with the prequels, like other than Phantom Menace, and Jar Jar Binks being there,
My one,
is
the
a whole
second one, whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, it was
Attack
awful.
of the Clones.
Well, you know what?
But
that was god awful.
The third one, and like at least when you're watching it and you're experiencing it, it's still, even though it felt shit, it still felt like a Star Wars movie.
It's creative. It's got the atmosphere.
Still felt like a Star Wars movie. Whereas, and again, Force Awakens, it did feel like a Star Wars movie, but modernized it, not quite. And then this one, you know what it felt like? You know why I was so angry with it? It felt like I was watching the third Star Trek movie, but just with different characters and different
It wasn't
levels
Star
of...
Wars.
It's a
It wasn't
cookie-cutter
Star Wars.
storyline. Yeah.
I'll put money on it. If you didn't put Star Wars at the start of the credits, you wouldn't fucking know.
Yeah.
You know what even is the biggest sacrilege in my opinion, my humblest of opinion, when I saw the Solo movie just recently?
Yeah.
They don't even open it up like the Star Wars movies anymore. They don't give a fuck. They don't have the rolling credits. They don't have the fucking music.
No.
And they did that for fucking The Last Jedi as well. They don't give a fuck. They piss and they shit on Star Wars. Just like Star Trek right now and CBS, they piss and shit all over it. They fucking put it down in the ground and it's never coming back and it's fucking done and it's dead to me. And I
They've
don't
just gone cash cow. We'll fucking
I don't
do it.
fucking care about it now.
Yeah.
I don't want to watch the fucking the series on Netflix with Star Trek, and I fucking don't give a fuck about episode 9. I don't care. I'll watch it at my own sweet time. And you know what, with Solo, I did watch it on my own sweet time on Foxtel, and I fucking fell asleep because it was that fucking boring and shit. Don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And he didn't convince me as Han Solo. He didn't convince me.
No.
The actor, can't remember his name, didn't convince me. And I sat through that and went, don't give a fuck about
You know,
this.
the only person that actually felt remotely real was Lando's character.
He was okay.
Yeah.
But you know, on YouTube, I saw a YouTube video. They actually had a young guy who was a spitting image of a very young Harrison Ford. And
they said no to him.
And could imitate him
Did
to
the
a
voice-
T.
did the voice
And all
perfect.
the fucking nerds and fans go, this is your Han Solo. And he went to audition and they fucking turned him down. And the actor that they got, I can't remember
That
his
was
name.
Steve's
He
not.
needed acting lessons halfway through it because Ryan, the director, who was, what's his name? From Happy Days. What's his name? The redhead. What's his name?
Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus.
The redhead.
I know who he is, yeah.
The ginger that was on the fucking Happy Days.
The ranger.
He needed acting lessons, and he said, "You know what? You need help," and he got him acting lessons. This guy, no bullshit. And he's a very famous director. I'll be very upset with
Ron
this.
Howard.
Ron Howard said, "This is not working," and he got him acting lessons. I'll tell you what. Ron Howard should be given credit where credit's due because at least he made that movie somehow salvageable.
Yeah.
Because without him, it would have been a fucking complete disaster because apparently it was. And he got all the footage that they shot from what he had.
Yeah.
Because he came in late, Ron
Yeah.
Howard. He
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
the
yeah.
original director.
Yeah, that's
They were sacked by Disney, the original directors. There was two of them.
Yeah.
And they got sacked. And then Ron Howard got pulled in and look, Ron Howard's not a sci-fi director. I'm sorry.
No.
He's an awesome director, but he's not a great sci-fi director, I don't believe.
Yeah.
And he did the best he could with what he had, I think. But it still wasn't a good movie. It was boring. That's the guy.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Why would you not go with that?
Yep. That's the guy that should have got the
Well, even Forbes says so.
yeah. What was his name?
This is the clip.
Anthony Ingruber.
Ingruber.
So
Yeah.
Anthony Ingruber was the guy that should have got
Yeah.
the Han Solo gig. And he got knocked back by Disney.
I'm
Look, even that face, the eyebrow. I
yeah.
can't even hear the audio, and it's...
he's a fucking freak of nature, this guy. He should have got it.
Like,
Look at that smile.
Yeah.
That smile is exactly...
Apparently he's been imitating him for years.
he's fucking amazing.
Yeah, he should have got it. He was a ring... And you know what? Guess what? He's an actor as well. He could have done it anyway. He didn't need acting lessons. So he got knocked back. He actually just does that. He's an imitator. He just imitates Harrison Ford.
That's all he does.
That's all he does, right? But he's also an actor, right? He's done TV commercials and shit. So
Great.
How hard could it be? How fucking hard could? Oh, but no, they got some other guy who couldn't act, and then halfway through the movie,
other guy is like supposed to be a more renowned actor, but then look at like
fuck.
Yeah,
But he might
exactly.
not be for
Force
the role.
Awakens. You know, Daisy, whatever her name is.
she's all right.
Yeah,
She's a good She's a good actress. Fantastic.
You know what? She's done what she could do with the material.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what they did with her, in my humblest of opinions,
is what they did to Natalie Portman.
No, they made this Daisy, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
They made her a Mary Sue, a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and I don't like that.
Yeah.
Right. She should have been stronger than that, but she did what she could do with that material, and she did well. Natalie Portman, I'll call it now, when Attack of the Clones came out, I actually thought at the time that's the end of Natalie Portman's career.
Yeah, it's
because her
over.
acting was so bad in that movie, even though before that she was in Heat. Remember Heat?
Yeah.
1994 or 5 that movie came out with Al Pacino. I'm telling you, I thought she was done. I thought that was the end of Natalie Portman, but she proved me wrong, and she's fucking awesome now.
Mm-hmm.
That scene where she's she doesn't get on the plane. She doesn't get to go and leave with what's his face, right? And she's pregnant, and she's like, "I can't go on the path that you're following." I still remember her face in that
was
scene.
fucking awful.
It was so stupid. I'm
And
like,
she's
you look like you're in like weird grimacing pain, and I get that you're in some level of pain, but you just look stupid.
And you think to yourself, you now know who she is and how awesome she is as an actress. How she could act like that has to be a lot to do with the
Poor
direction
director.
and also maybe with what she had to work with.
Yeah.
Because the writing was awful in that movie too.
It was
but
so
she was
awful.
also not bouncing well and didn't have any chemistry with Hayden Christensen.
Yeah,
And he's
he has
never
very
been,
poor hygiene, FYI.
Does he?
Oh, apparently he barely brushes his teeth.
That could have been part of
That's
it.
probably why.
Well, they had no chemistry at
Yeah.
all. It's not like they were even like friends or anything. Like, oh yeah, I'll do this line, you do that line.
Yeah.
It was
there's
fucking
just
terrible.
zero, yeah.
But he's never been seen again, as far as I'm
No,
aware.
his career died after that.
Thank
Well,
fuck.
That's
Yeah.
what I mean. He was a very poor actor, in my opinion, in that movie. And
Yeah.
I thought Natalie Portman, who was very, very good in Heat, right? Which was a few years before this.
She's a great actress.
Yeah.
I actually thought she was dead and gone,
Yeah.
right? But she came back and she hit hard and she's done
Because
some
she's a
fantastic.
good actor.
She's fucking
fantastic,
awesome,
right?
She's
Yeah.
awesome, right? But Hayden Christensen, he proved his worth. He's fucking gone.
Yeah.
He's shit. And they had no chemistry on screen. But that could be due to the directing. It could be with the writing.
You
but I
know-
don't know fucking dick about movies, so what do I know? You know,
his angry voice. Do you know what it reminded me of?
he was like a whiny little brat that didn't get his way.
It's
emo.
like, you know when little kids give crocodile tears,
Yeah.
and so they'll be like angry and they'll be like, and they get distracted and they start looking somewhere else and they forget to like keep being angry.
Yeah, that
and then
doesn't-
they remember and they go, like I'm like, that's the kind of fake frustration that
Yeah.
you portrayed
Just
in the
poor acting.
brooding
Yeah.
inverted commas.
It wasn't good.
Anakin. Like, it was just awful.
So my favourite franchises, which were Star Wars and Star Trek, are at the lowest point they've ever been. They're never coming back. I don't give a fuck.
No.
I don't care if Episode 9 is good. And you know what I don't trust either? I don't trust the media. Fuck them. Because when...
Disney pays for that.
when the
mate.
last
Yeah.
when the Last Jedi came out, all these supposed critics who fucking know dick about movies, they can all go fuck themselves. A lot of them. I don't give a fuck if I've offended everyone that's
Nope,
out there.
go nuts.
I don't fucking care because they all said, "Oh, it's a fucking awesome, best Star Wars movie ever." But it's been it's as
Bullshit.
good
So
it's as
bad.
good as Empire Strikes Back.
Bullshit.
Go fuck yourself. You fucking don't know shit about fucking
It's
movies.
not that they don't know shit. They're paid to write those.
Yeah,
Oh,
articles.
it's
exactly.
fucking obvious
Yeah.
because they didn't know what they were talking about because
They clearly
it was
didn't watch the
fucking
movie
awful.
beforehand.
And I don't trust Rotten Tomatoes either because Rotten Tomatoes
Who
will
does?
say, "Oh, this is an awesome movie," and you turn up and go, "What the fuck?" And you know there's a problem when you go to Rotten Tomatoes
The
and you
critics
see
are
the
like
critics.
5 points,
Yep,
yeah.
critics go awesome and the crowd goes shit.
Yeah.
And you know who I go with? The crowd.
crowd.
And I go with the fucking nerds on YouTube that go on their channels and say that movie was shit. And you know what? They're the real fans.
Yeah.
They know
All
what
you
they're
got to
talking
do,
about.
all you got to do is watch Angry Joe.
He's hot and
He's
cold, though.
kind of lost his bit, but when he
Nah,
looks,
he's hot and cold.
when he goes, you're done fucked up. That's it.
Yeah.
Basically, the first 20 seconds of his channel or his video, that's all I need to watch. And if he says you're fucked up, that's it. It's
sometimes I don't buy him either.
Really?
Sometimes he's a bit off, but I do trust him more than any other critic in the mainstream that is. But all you need to do, if you're not sure, you just get a collation of different nerds out there that are making videos or whatever and say, if they all say it's shit, it's fucking shit, right? That's the way it is.
And pretty sure all of the above were pretty much shit canned by anyone on YouTube.
Yeah. Did you ever watch, before we go, because I really need to piss.
Yeah. You've been saying that for like half an hour.
You've literally been saying it for half an hour.
Did you watch the Blade Runner 2049?
Yes. Now, see, you've got to take this with a pinch of salt from me because I hadn't watched the original.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, until very
Really? You've never seen the original?
No, I have now.
Oh, Jesus.
And I don't know, it wasn't really my cup of tea.
I thought it was an unnecessary movie.
Well,
to me, it just plotted.
I didn't, yes.
It just plotted.
You know what I loved? The soundtrack.
Oh, look, visuals and the soundtrack, amazing, right? But you know what? It didn't have a purpose.
Yeah.
It just plotted, and at the end of the movie, I went, you know what? That was unnecessary 2 hours. That was it.
You know what?
It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrendous. It didn't have bad acting.
But there's a lot
I just
of,
went,
But
you know,
it just, I don't know.
and I'm not sold on Ryan Gosling. I'm sorry, I'm not sold on that guy at all. I know he's hot, but I don't like him.
I really like him. I think he's a good actor.
Not in that movie. Something about him, it didn't work. It wasn't horrible.
I didn't like that movie. Well, not that I didn't like it. It's just, actually, it's one of the few movies, and I will probably cause a shitstorm by saying this, Blade Runner and then the Blade Runner remake. It was just a movie that I was like, I could have... My life is neither enraged nor enriched by having witnessed these hours.
That's how I felt about the second movie, but I love Blade Runner, the original. That's a classic. That's one of my first true sci-fi movies that I really, really loved.
Yeah.
Probably more than Star Wars, the original, to be fair.
Okay.
Because it was so different from anything I'd ever seen. It was like cyberpunk and it was gritty and it was more believable than Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like it was set in LA in 2019, back then it was, and it was it was gritty, and it never happened. That's another lie. But it was gritty and it was like kind of sort of believable that would be the future, and you know, this is back in the 80s. And so I loved it. I fell for it hook, line and sinker, you know. And then I thought, you know what, that movie is a classic example of why you don't need a sequel. And then when they did release a supposed sequel, quote unquote, you know, I thought that was unnecessary. It wasn't horrible, but it didn't do anything for the franchise. It didn't continue anybody's story or for any benefit or any, you know what I mean? Like there was no point to it.
Do you know what it's like? There's a whole stack of these fucking remakes that keep coming up every so often.
It's our whole world now.
It's like, why do you need to remake Total Recall?
Yes.
Why do you need to remake Independence Day?
Well, that was terrible.
Oh, that was awful.
That was terrible.
Independence Day was one of my favourite trashy movies of the 90s.
Yeah, it is a trashy movie.
It's
cheesy.
But I fucking loved it. Okay?
Yeah, I like that.
Will
I like
Smith
it when
carrying that dead ass alien.
Before that when he punches the alien.
Welcome to Earth. It's great, okay? Satisfying movie.
Yeah.
And then this shit comes out and you're like, what is this? What's this fucking weird ass 10-foot spider that's running after something? Oh,
but
God.
what value does remaking one of those movies actually add?
Well, you know what it is I think they rely on the name and they can get a bit of a crowd in based on the name, you know?
Yeah. And I hate it how they want to remake TV shows and things. Like, there are classic TV shows, like especially sitcoms, right?
Don't do it.
It's something about the 90s and that generation, that era. And like, again, I know this is probably out of your sphere, but just, you know, Gilmore Girls is a perfect example.
Oh, it's way out of my sphere.
It's way out of your sphere. But it's one of those, like, classic for female teenage girls at the time. It was an iconic TV series and it captured a lot of pop culture of that time, right? And then they fucking make some useless shitty remake like 10 years later and it ruins everything. It bursts that perfect bubble.
So it's like Fuller House, although Fuller House was already shit.
Yes, that's another perfect example. Or people trying to remake Friends or...
Yeah, don't do that.
Or someone was talking about, there was like rumors about remaking The Matrix. I'm like, don't touch that shit.
Now, I'll tell you what, before we end this, because I really need to piss.
Okay.
Matrix, I cannot believe how much that fell into the toilet.
Oh
after
my
the first
god!
The first movie
they should have
was
just
great.
left it at the first
Yep.
movie
Yep.
because the first movie was
Yep.
one of the best sci-fi
What were they-
films I've ever watched.
And
were
left
the-
you thinking as
Yes.
well.
Was that the Wachowski brothers?
Yes.
What have they done since?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Are they
And-
the Wachowski sisters now? They are.
Are they?
What?
Yeah, they're the Wachowski sisters. I'm sure. Google it.
Girl, a bitch.
I'm sure they're the Wachowski sisters, or one of them is a sister.
How do I spell that shit?
I think it's WAC.
HOW.
Just do the Matrix director, and then
yeah, they're Wachowski brothers.
yeah, they're the directors of the Matrix series.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
boom.
Lana Wachowski.
Yeah.
And what's she doing? She's directing, is she?
Interesting.
TV shows.
Who knows?
Sense8. She's a director of TV shows.
Well, yeah, that was another movie series. Like you
Oh.
could. Why didn't you just stop at the
Yeah,
one?
that-
The one was perfect. It was so good. So, yeah, see both of them.
Intriguing.
What? The Wachowski brothers are now sisters. How they changed their life? What?
Yeah.
What?
I wasn't
What?
lying. They were Wachowski.
I thought they had a sister that was a. They've actually become.
No, they've
that's what I mean. The
transitioned.
Wachowski brothers are now the Wachowski sisters.
They've transitioned. Is
Yeah.
what that's
Oh, I'm
saying.
fucking done with this bullshit day of podcasting. I can't take it. So they're men that
yeah,
became chicks.
but yeah, they were transgender and they transitioned to becoming
Both
female.
of them.
Yeah, both of them.
You know why? Because they want to hide from the disgrace of the Matrix. The fucks.
Well, 2 and 3. 2 and 3.
They're fucking chick. That both of them transitioned.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't know that. You've blown my mind with
Yeah,
that.
well, there you go. I don't think they were twins either. Like,
No, they were
just-
brothers.
they're not.
Yeah,
They're brothers.
brothers.
They were
Yeah.
brothers, but they're not twins.
No.
Far from
What
it.
the fuck?
Yeah. I know, but they look so
The
different.
Wachowski brothers are now sisters. How they changed their lives.
This is like a whole
The
topic.
Wachowski siblings, both writers, directors, and producers, first caught the attention of the world in 1999 with the groundbreaking sci-fi hit The Matrix.
Yep,
At the
should've
time,
left it
the
there.
Wonder Kid kinds were referred to as the press as the Wachowski brothers. Since then, a lot has changed, and Andy and Larry Wachowski are now Lily and Lana Wachowski, and they don't care who knows it. Well, maybe I care.
Oh, well, look. Yeah.
Oh my fuck! I'm done. The
Yeah.
world's fucking done. The
It's-
bees are
it's
dying.
implied- yeah.
The bees are dying. I gotta go home and take a truckload of fucking tablets. I'm done.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
busting
it.
for a piss. Are you done?
Oh, mate, I'm well done.
Well done.
Have you said anything you wanted to say?
No, I've said all I wanted to say.
Listen, before we go, do you want to plug any streamers or anybody like that you know that?
I don't know the exact names off the top of my head.
Well, that's
so
all right,
if
we'll
you
link
can
to
put-
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll put links to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just give him some bullshit information and
Yeah.
he'll put the links on there.
Amazing. And if you're a pro WoW gamer out there, then maybe you want to join the guild Bastion. Just saying. On Frostmourne. Come join us.
That makes no sense to me. But
I don't actually game, but my husband games, and you'll be in good
he's
hands.
making spreadsheets.
Yeah, he's making spreadsheets for you so you do your fucking job and you don't get killed by shit.
Yeah, well, I don't.
And if you shit, then don't apply.
If you do like getting killed, play Sekiro instead because that game will.
Anything
fuck
else
your
you want
life.
to plug?
No, I'm good.
Any other people you want to plug?
No, other than to tell you to please watch Black Panther.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I think I've recorded it on the Fox still. I think
Yeah,
it
do
was
it.
on there.
Do it. Watch it.
On my myriad of all the other bullshit that I've got on there that I've never watched. Don't have
And
enough
then
time.
if you really, really hate it, okay, and you really hate it, then we're gonna sit down and we're gonna have a debate about why
Okay,
it's good.
okay. Will you come back?
Yeah, I'm coming
Please
back.
come back. Next time you come back, we'll debate PC gaming versus console gaming,
Yes.
where I will admit that PC gaming is 100% superior, but why I choose to play on console.
And I will also admit that I'm terrible with console.
Okay, we'll admit all of our we'll air our dirty laundry,
Yep,
and we'll
yep.
also talk about it whether or not I like Black Panther.
Yep, done.
Done. Sassy Suhini, thank you for being on the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure. Jason Relaxation, thank you for being on the podcast. Don't go on changing. Thank you for the 2 people that have been listening to this bullshit podcast. And thank you for Mum for letting her use her fucking basement. I'm sorry I ranted about thoughts. I can't help it. I've been masturbating to them since 2016. It's a rabbit hole I can't get out of. It's something I need to improve on. Like everything else in my bullshit life. Like maybe getting a meaningful relationship with a real human being. That doesn't say I'm fucking cute and I don't have to donate $10 every time she looks at me. Like I always, and then I hear that bell ting, ting, and it just makes me go all excited for some bullshit reason. And until then, you motherfuckers, roll it, monkeys!
Should probably not call the audience motherfuckers.